Yes, yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Liverpool podcast, Barbados edition featuring Bayern Reds TV. Barnes can't make it on, unfortunately, but Bay Pops will be here very, very shortly, people. So get your questions in. Keep them Manchester United or Liverpool related. On the Liverpool side of things, we got the Luis Diaz to Bayern Munich. Here we go. I think it was 65, 70 million, something like that. Some big fee they was talking. So that's great business, in my opinion, for Liverpool. So we will be discussing that. Also, it seems that Isak, unfortunately, is Liverpool bound. Eddie Howe has stated that there's no chance he will be joining Newcastle on tour, and all the reports are saying Liverpool in this coming week are set to launch a big bid for the striker. And speaking of strikers, will Manchester United sign a striker, people? Will they sign a striker? Will they use one of the attacking players that they have to play in the nine? Will it be Cunha playing in the nine, or an Embremo in the nine? Or will it be Xerxes? Will it be Maino? Will it be Bruno? So we'll be discussing all of these things. But before I start, big up everyone supporting Sarcasm City TV. Whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back after, make sure you hit the like button on the video. Make sure you do that, people. Whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back, when you enter the city, you pay the tax, people. When you enter the city, you pay the tax, which is just doing these things. First and foremost, by hitting that like button. You hit the like button. And if you don't have a YouTube account, you've got an email. So use that. Hit the like button on the video because it helps so much. Share this out across all the socials at Yes It's Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV, at Sarcasm City TV, at Yes It's Flawless on Twitter and Instagram, Twitter/X. So retweet and like on Twitter/X, share from the Instagram, and just as important, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV and hit that notification bell as well. There's over 200 of you lot in here. So make sure, run up the likes. Let's get us up to 50 likes. And subscribe to Bayern Reds TV as well, people. Subscribe. I know in the United Spurs show, it was more Spurs orientated because it was bigger news with them, but get your questions in. And like I say, Pops will be here very, very shortly. Bayern Reds TV, links underneath in the description. Links it's on the featured channel page as well. And I've just added it to the title as we speak as well. So let's see what you lot are saying in the chat. Let me big up everyone. Big up Warrior J. Been kind enough to drop all the information regarding the Diaz transfer and the Isak potential move as well. But yeah, that deal's gonna get flipping done, isn't it? Yeah, well, there goes the league if these lot get Isak, man. These lot get Isak. Big up Mr. B. Big up my G favorite football TV. Make sure you subscribe to his channel as well. Big up Kingsman. I see you also. See who else? Dakota, love to see you in the chat as well. Of course, RIP to Diogo Jota, crypto every single time as well. Who else? Let's see what else you lot are saying in the chat too. Big up Sai, big up my G Sai in the chat as well. Let's see what else you lot are. So let's see what you lot are saying in the chat. Big up my G Jez, who was just on the show with me as well. Flawless, by the way, on Saeed, when the panel asked you about the first 10 game predictions, what was your prediction on the first game, win, lose, or draw? I said draw. That's currently constructed. I think I had like 4 wins. It was like the 2 promoted sides, Brentford, and someone else. And then the rest were like draws and losses, like Liverpool and City, etc. and Chelsea. Something like that. Again, that's as currently constructed. Data says, flawless, unpopular opinion, we don't need a striker. We need to solidify our midfield. We need to solidify our midfield, but we need a striker, Data. Because currently, right now, Højlund is our number 9. I keep stating this. If it was a different manager, if it was a different manager and Højlund wasn't the first choice number 9, I'd be with you. He is currently our first choice number 9. That is in desperate need. That has to change. That is just as the same detriment to the team as the midfielders, in my opinion, as the goalkeeper. Not any more, any less. Rasmus Højlund being up front is just as bad as our midfield. It's just as bad as Onana being in goal. It costs us just the same. Because the same way Onana will cost us in regards to conceding goals, he'll cost us in regards to the attack. Terrible. That's what it is. Absolutely, like, terrible. So that's why we need a striker. Wait until Højlund's lining up week in, week out. he needs to be moved on. If it was a different manager, I'd hear it. That's all. We need a striker. Anyone saying we don't need a striker doesn't understand that Højlund's playing every week. If that's the case, I know why, but I could see United getting a result against Arsenal for some odd reason. Your players wake up in the big games in the Premier League. Also, on top of that, we normally play all right against Arsenal at home, and we have a good record against them as well. They've won in my lifetime, I think, and I've been watching us United since how long? Saying 20 plus years. I've seen them win like 5 times. When they've got in the Premier League era, I think they've won, if you include the one in COVID. They don't win. They won a couple of years back. They won in the COVID times. They got a couple wins in the 2000s and then one in got 2 in the 90s. Their record against us is not good at all. So, yeah. Aside Watkins, what striker do you want that you've been linked with? None of them in regards to one. Sesko, I'm not against, but it'd be underwhelming because I see nothing to his game that makes me go, yeah, he's cold. 0. And then if his record was cold, I'd be like, all right. If he had an exceptional record in the Bundesliga, I go, okay. But he don't. So you don't have an exceptional goal scoring record. Nothing stands out to you from a technical or physical, on the pitch. So it's just, to go from Mbeumo Cunha to him, it's just a drop-off. It's just super underwhelming. And forget Jackson. Jackson's rubbish. Let me just clarify that. Jackson's, and I've been calling out Jackson. But I was a hater because I was a United fan. Called out Jackson from longer than last year, but the most known is probably I'm back again. The same way I called out Jackson and called out Havertz, etc., etc. And big up the OG Pops in the building. You know what I'm saying? Pops is in the building. Hope you're blessed, Pops. You good, yeah?
Yeah.
All good.
All good. Thanks, man.
Yeah, man. You already know. I always look forward to this show. To Dazzle, who says, I say that because the penny will drop. Again, Dazzle, this is why you my cousin. You know what I'm saying? This is why me and you argue like family, like we do. Because I know penny going to drop. Dazzle, what evidence have you seen from this manager that he's going to make sensible decisions? Like when we was on Saeed's channel, I was on, and me and Shells were talking, and I was talking about Maino not being able to play in the midfield. And then Shells was like, I disagree with it to an extent because in a well-functioning system, Maino kind of carried on. And I said, stop. I said, Shells, what did you say about the system? And he laughed. People need to, again, realize where we are and what we are. Not for I want us to be and not what you want us to be. That. Why is the penny going to drop with the manager? Bruno's playing week in, week out. So why all of a sudden is he going to drop him? Why all of a sudden is that going to happen? He's signed Mbeumo, and even if he does put Mbeumo and Cunha, he plays Cunha as a 10, and he puts Mbeumo and then Bruno. That's detrimental to those two. That makes the attack worse. Putting Bruno in there with them two affects them two. And then who you playing in midfield? What we should have done was just move him on because he don't fit the system. Or plays Xerxes, who actually fits perfectly with those two. Ironic is the Liverpool show because it's literally, again, people, not to the level I'm talking profile. It's literally Mane, Salah, Firmino. Profile-wise, it's literally those 3. And it makes all the sense in the world. But his manager won't do it. This is why we're here shoehorning play. Cunha weren't bought to play as a striker. He was bought to play 10. Again, but it's just nonsense. That's what it is from this manager. No, you guys, I'm talking about just this club. What are you saying, no, Pops, man? I'm saying Diaz, big news with you lot. Big news, here we go. Bayern reached full agreement to sign Luis Diaz from Liverpool. Here we go. 75 million euro package agreed, and authorization for medical also confirmed from Liverpool. Lucho wanted to leave Liverpool, Liverpool accepted the conditions, and Diaz will now sign a 4-year deal at Bayern. Thoughts?
Well, they got Lucho, man. If you want out, you want out. So look for everything that you've done. He's a champion. I'll watch you in the Bundesliga. I'll look for you in Europe, but thanks for everything, man. At the beginning of the season, him and Nunes were two players that me and Angel, big Angel, Colombia, Viva Colombia, we had on our list of players to watch and say, well, this is the season, we've been in long enough. The fact that it's still a divided sort of view on Lucho and Nunes, probably more so Nunes than Lucho. Well, probably more so Lucho than Nunes because most people wanted Nunes gone. But those two players were the two players we say, all right, next season, let's watch them and see what they do. To be fair, he had a decent season and he was the second leading goal scorer. And as much as people don't like him, if you just look at numbers wise, he's up there with arguably the best left wingers / inside forwards / forwards in the Prem. Just strictly from a numbers perspective. If you're looking at him from a, I guess, consistency and performance perspective, some people will be saying, well, house divided. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people think he should do a lot better, some people don't. But it is what it is. The instant you tell me that you want to leave, this is me. The instant you say you want to leave, I ain't got a problem with it. I don't have a problem with you saying to me, I am ready to go. No problem. Find the solution that works for me and you. We shake hands and move on, man. It ain't hard. Bayern Munich, I guess, are in a difficult spot after the Musiala injury, which was horrible for the youngster. And I think they already sent Sané packing, so they needed somebody to fill that spot. And clearly, I mean, there have been rumors about Lucho's salary for the longest time, whether it is or isn't. But I guess what you could probably say is whether it is 55 or not, it's probably not where he wants it to be. And this deal probably gets it to where he and his agent want it to be. So good luck to him, man. No love lost, no ill feeling as per usual. Do your thing, man. Yeah, more than good.
Good.
But the market, as we know, is crazy already, flawless. The market is crazy. So we've already seen somebody saying themselves, you know what, just do it. For me, it's one. All right, let me just move past the numbers thing and let me go because it all makes sense. Madueke at 50 million, Ekatiki at nearly 80 million, like whatever you want to say, whoever you want, pick whoever you want, in Buemo at whatever, whichever player you want, pick one and then say. But so whatever it is, we all gonna try to point score because they can be 73.2 and 74.6 and whatever you want to do, man. The numbers really don't matter. He's gone, or well, I guess subject to the medical. That's 75 million euro if you're saying in euros, and now it's a matter of, all right, what does that mean for us? Big picture, long term.
What
obviously
it means
all
is
immediately turn to Newcastle.
Yeah. Unfortunately, let me look, because even Romano mentioned it verbatim. 1 second, let me get to this. Where is it? Here we go. After Luis Diaz gone, I expect Liverpool to go very strong for Alexander Isak. The official bid is considered a matter of time, and he wrote a matter of time with the bomb in capital letters. That's from Fabrizio Romano. Craig Hope _DM says Newcastle have braced a formal offer from Newcastle for Alexander Isak this week. Romano also says Alexander Isak is dreaming of the Reds. With Isak at home and hoping to force a move to Liverpool, Newcastle are working around the clock to bring in a frontman. That's from Craig Hope _DM. Alexander Isak is staying at Newcastle is far from certain. That's from Chris DH War. And this is Eddie Howe and chances for Isak to join Newcastle squad on tour next week. He said no chance. Thoughts?
I mean, no chance just means the tour might not necessarily be that long. If he's at home right now, how long is he tour? We tour in the Far East right now, and we can be back in a couple of days. So it ain't like we there for 4 months or whatever. You're there for a couple of matches and you're back. It probably ain't even a week, innit? It probably ain't even a week.
I'm looking there, because they played Spurs on the 3rd of August. Where is that though? Let me see. I'm not sure if that's over here or not. I'm just having a look.
Yeah. Have a look and let's see where that
you don't even say chat, let us know. But to your point, it's only a couple. Yeah.
Because it's unlikely that Spurs can play Newcastle in the Far East, right? Unlikely that.
Yeah.
Told them to be over there at that same point in time. All right, good. So that's in about a week's time. So if you're going to be back in a week and you had a player with an injury or a niggle or whatever the issue, let's just say it was an injury, you're not going to fly him. It's in Hong Kong. Okay, well. It's in the Far East, I guess. But we're in the Far East and we're only there for a couple of matches and then we're back. So that's what I'm saying. It isn't as much as it's, yes, the tour is going to be there, but when are they actually flying? Have they already flown out? I don't know. But unfortunately for Newcastle, this is the reality of the situation in football. Contracts mean as much as the paper that are written on. When players get a call from a different club, different levels, and they can see money. The funny thing is this: when you say he's worth 150 million, he's on 120, then obviously you're telling him, well, you're worth more than we actually paying you right now. So the option has to be in a new contract. And if he's saying, well, I don't want a new contract, then read between the lines. It's sort of like, well, I'm asking you if I can get out. Now, maybe that question wasn't there until the discussion, but I don't feel the discussion was there before the question. So it's one of which came first, the chicken or the egg. Of course, everybody flashing back to the picture of Van Dijk and Isak at the cup final and deciding what was said at that moment in time. Yeah, then
when he was talking.
And well, at the end, there's a shot of Van Dijk looking back.
Yeah, there is. I know what you're talking about.
Everybody's drawing in their cloud and filling out the cartoon. You know, he's filling the cloud with "I'll see you in the summer" or whatever it was. Yeah, no problem. We can link up, whatever it is. But it's difficult. It's difficult from a Newcastle standpoint. And as a Liverpool fan, you would have seen Coutinho do something similar to sort of force through move. Mane wanted to leave a season before he actually left, and Klopp begged him for a year, and he stayed. Question is, Eddie Howe's pretty much said, well, and it's unfortunate because they don't even have a director of football either. So they're, as a club, as an institution, they've done how dirty in that he's having to deal with all this stuff just sort of on the fly by himself. Ideally, you'd have a man upstairs that dealing with certain things, and you would know, this is happening, or whatever. So if Isak wants out and you get Sesko, then maybe the deal goes through. I don't know. But it's difficult because you got 3 years left on this contract. So arguably you could say, no, I'm not selling you. I'm just not selling you. I'm just not. Arguably, Eddie Howe could say, no, I'm not selling you. What are you going to do now? You can strike for a year or sulk for a year? Or
it is what, you know what? That's what Eddie Howe needs to do. He needs to use the fact that it is World Cup year and that say you ain't going this year, you can go next year. Give us a year. Anything, man. Because Jez, the U-turn I'm about to do on Isak if he joins Liverpool is going to be since Hulk Hogan dropped the leg, you know what I'm saying, and joined the NWO.
Not just you.
Yeah. I'm gonna be happy. The U-turn. That way, man. I've asked Liverpool about Isak for years. Last thing, like Wirtz is one thing, Kirkes is another, Frimpong's another, but someone who's here and has performed well. Nah, don't need that, man. Lord. Last thing you need is you lot. Do you think you lot get him right now? Gun to your head if someone says it. You reckon by the end of the window, will he be a Liverpool player or will he be a Newcastle player? I know it's tough because there's so many variables, but everything's pointing to you lot are going to sign him.
What's funny, right? I'd have to say yes, because otherwise, why even start the saga in the beginning? Why have this? Why have this ongoing thing if it wasn't a possibility? And if it's a possibility, then you already know what the numbers are. So if you're the man behind the scenes that are supposed to be so good, so everybody says the brains are back and all that, you credit them with all this. I said, good. Well, if that's the case, and they said, Eddie Howe's my buddy. This isn't in front of the camera, no. This is behind the camera. Me and you, we are flawless. How things going, man? You know, we had good times at Portsmouth, Bournemouth. Drink a drink. How's the family and all that? A little saying though, with the Isak, anything happening? Anything in. Of course, you can say, nah, we ain't looking to do any business. Say, a little 120, no, okay, I could get you a couple of players, man, and you do a good rebuild. Look at what we did when we got the Coutinho money, man. I mean, what are you saying? You might just smile. Are you smiling there and say, nah, piss off, man, just leave me alone. And that might be the conversation because there is no animosity as far as I can tell between the clubs because those are actual genuine friends. Now, whether or not that means it's going to happen, I would say, why have the discussion? Why have all of this? Liverpool have gone to Newcastle formally now. There's one thing for me, you'd have the discussion in the background. But once you got the wheels turning on the outside saying, well, this is happening, then Isak's all of a sudden gone on strike or whatever you want to call it, walking the dog, everybody looking at the body language, the experts are out saying, look at how sad he looks now and let him go. He wants to leave and all this other stuff. I would say you got 75 million that you didn't have, and you already had the money ready. So
How to be?
I figure you can say, back the truck up and say, Eddie, how looking here? I got 130 mil. What you want to do? Close the door and drive off, or we can talk.
Is there a price for you that would be, because we know it's going to be big figures, so we're saying 120, 130, anything north of that. Is there a price for you that would be too much? So if it was 150, are you like, I understand it for Isak, or are you like 150 is too much, or if it was like 160, 170?
It's all too much. It's all too much.
But what he brings to you, though,
I tell you already, it's
to me,
all too
much.
So if the number's 150, right? If it's 150, it's 150. If it's 150, and you're looking at numbers and saying, yeah, we said 120, you say 150, and we land on 135 or 140 or whatever with 10 million add-ons or whatever it is. If that's the man that you say you want, all right, it's what it is. In my opinion, is it too much? Yeah, but it's too much for everybody. It's not just too much for him, it's too much for everybody.
Is it too much if he delivers what he's supposed to, though?
But if you put 150 on him, then what you're saying is, you're now turned to the manager now, the coach himself. Mr. Locke is the man that's just turned the gun away from everyone else and pointed right at himself. If he lands him for 120, 30, 40, 50, the engraver has to be engraving already.
Absolutely.
This isn't a fight, or the engraver has to be engraving.
Agreed.
That's the energy that you got to be getting into season with. Not well, forget everybody else. We in business with whoever. Slap Pep around the head again, slap Arteta, and everybody else. We in business. And everybody else is saying the same thing. So the energy is just going to be this. You're the favorites, go and win it. And when you win it, you had to win it because you bought Isak. That's the story of next season if we land it. That's it. It's already done.
Well, he delivered. If he wins it, because me and Sai was having this debate, and I'm going to get further in it because Sai's asking questions in the chat. Shout out to Sai. Because to me, I was saying, if you put Isak in your team last season, I think you win the Champions League. That's why I think he's worth the money. I think if he's your 9 last season, not only do you win the champs, I think you win the Carabao Cup too. I think he was, as much as your midfield wasn't at it against PSG and rotation pieces and stuff like that, you only went out to PSG on penalties. Yes, they were the better side probably for the longevity of both games. But still, I think with him, and again, this is me saying this, so that's how you know it's from an honest place. I think you knocked him out.
Back then. If I add Verts to the team last season, do I do the same thing?
It's a debate. It's definitely a debate.
I'm just asking.
No, it's a great question. It's a great question, and that's the difference between the two. The fact that I'm debating it.
You hesitated on one while the other one you guaranteed. All right. Cool.
Yes.
All right. I got where you are, and I got where you are.
Because I think he's that. This is why I rate him so highly. I think he's that good. You win 3 out of 4 trophies with him last season, not 1 out of 4. Because the Plymouth one was just you rotated different things, but you beat Newcastle, I think, without him. I think you get past PSG. I think you then definitely beat Arsenal. They played in the semi-final, right? Was it Arsenal? Or did they play Villa after you?
Yeah.
Or was it Arsenal? Yeah, they played Villa before, right? Yeah.
It was Arsenal. It was Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal. I think they beat Arsenal. I think you beat Arsenal. And I think you beat Inter Milan in the final. Whereas Verts is more, I've just seen him less. I think he's super talented. But now he's at the point where he has to, because if him and Isak come in at the same price, I think there's still more expectation on Isak because of what he's done and being over.
For sure. For sure.
So you have to win it. Like, not only do you have to go and win the Prem, the champs, I don't say you have to win, but it's more so like you have to deliver. So even if you go out in the Champions League, you look to it and go, Isak played well over these 2 legs. It was this player and this. Salah didn't do what he was supposed to, or Verts didn't, or Gravenberch, or
goalkeeping error, or somebody had a slip.
Goalkeeping error. Somebody did something. That's what I would say. That's why when I looked at it, because me and Sai was talking about improving in other areas, because he was saying if we sell Diaz, we still need to improve at in the left winger role. We need to improve in midfield. Where do you stand with the overall overall standard of the team, and where you need to improve in terms of squad depth?
here's what I'll say, and it'll probably make everybody that's not a Liverpool fan sick.
Go on.
If we land Isak tomorrow, we're not done. If we land Isak tomorrow, we're
I
not
agree.
done. And that's probably one of the most sickening things for everybody else. You've got Verts and you land Isak and you still want to buy more. We need it.
Definitely.
We still need a replacement for Kwanzaa, which we haven't bought. So we're already one short at the back. Joey G just went home from tour. Big up Rasta. Grab. Just went home from tour with an Achilles, a sore Achilles or something, I think it was. So that's an issue. So you got two fit center backs, one who has not extended his contract yet. If you go up front, last season you started with 6. We lost 1, RIP, Jota, every time. Forever on number 20. So that's 5. You just saw Lucho, that's 4. Nunes is on the block, that's 3. Chiesa is on the block, that's 2. You added Ekatike, that's 3. If you add Isak, that's 4. You had 6, you're down to 4. Now, a lot of people might say, well, Rio's ready to be one of the 6. All right, let's say Rio's number 5. Still short 1 up front, in my opinion.
Inside
so still work
the right
front
winger
and the back. Exactly. Where's that cover assistance, whatever you want to call it now? A lot of people have been sort of saying, let's do a deal and get Konate to Madrid and get Rodrigo. I said, all right, listen, when have you ever seen that done? Just tell me, show me one time where the top side, a top Premiership side said, I have a player, you have a player, I'll give you that player, you give me this player, we'll send some money and show me where that's happened.
Yeah, that don't happen with me. Yeah, so that don't happen with Madrid.
And but that's not an option for me either. I'm not selling Ibu at any cost. Me personally. If it's up to me, I'm not selling it. We are still in talks. Sign this contract. How much you want? How much? Ibu is too good.
You're like,
long time.
I keep him for a season, even if I lose him for free, because replacing him would be a lot.
All the body language experts who tell me that as a man are unhappy. Tell me, you watch, not you, but everybody else who's seen him on tour doing all these Q&As and videos and all that stuff. Tell me that as a man, I say, I want FA, man. Not to me. Yeah, so sign him up. I feel the contract is there. And I do believe, as I said, long time back, they disrespected Ibu with the first contract offer when VVD was still hadn't extended his deal. I felt they were smart in trying to do the offer, trying to slip it in there. And Ibu said, no, hold on a second. You wait a minute. Because it's sure what's going to happen at the end. So you just wait. Let me see what's going on. Because if he had signed, arguably he could be in a situation where he signs, and we just throw some numbers in. So let's say he signs a 175 deal, right? Knowing that VVD was on 200. And VVD gets his extension and now he's on, let's say 300. I don't know what his numbers are, but just throwing numbers out there. So he's on 300. So VVD essentially got a 50% increase and taking him into that bracket of, the top end. And Ibu saying, well, I ain't even at the level that he was at before he signed. Then you sign another defender and you pay the other defender that you just signed 150, 160, close to 170. Ibu looking across and saying, but wait a minute. So this man, sign, he ain't giving a service yet to the club. He helped you win things. And whoever. And so, you know what I mean? And so people talk about players and all that, but at the end of the day, you got to value yourself and you got to decide what you're worth. So if he thinks he's worth the 200 a week and we don't think he's 200, then we got a problem. But I'm willing to, I'll say this, 421. For me to be on this show with you next season, smiling from ear to ear with my hashtag saying champ21 and you feeling very, very sad, I'm willing to run Ibu for a year. I'll shake his hand and he can go to Madrid for free. That's me. I know a lot of other people ain't going to agree with me, but that's me. Because we'll argue who's the best 2 center backs in the Prem. If you're not first, we're second, worst case. If you can go statistically, Arsenal were the best and we were second. I can live with that.
That's fair.
If that's what it is, I can live with that.
That's fair. And Sai, you do need more. I do agree with you on that side. I'm just saying, though, with Isak, you lot win the league. That's the point I'm making. Even if you sign just Isak, you win the league. Of course, injuries can happen, but injuries can happen in.
But you know what? All right.
Go.
Exactly, flawless. But that's where all the Liverpool fans can go. The PTSD can kick in quickly. Oh my God.
Huh?
But suppose you can't have a suppose for every single spot.
Yeah,
Now,
it's gonna happen.
ideally, most people say we need 5 centre backs, and I say, all right, yeah, that sounds really, really good. But your 5th centre back is likely going to be an Endo or a young player. You're not going to have 4 centre backs that are going to go to the World Cup saying, well, hey, I'm number 4. How am I going to get into my World Cup team if I'm 4th behind Verge and Ibu already?
And someone else.
So let's say you do sign Mark Gahey and you still got Gomez. That means Gomez is definitely not making it into the England team, and he's resigned to the fact that he's not going to play for England ever again.
Yeah.
Maybe he's happy with that. I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe he's decided, I'm never going to be an England regular, so I'll be here. Plus, he can play left back and right back, so he's the versatility that you can get in a player.
Fully. I hear what you're saying.
There's more work to be done, so we'll see.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to Sai. Because Sai's like, yeah, Sai, you lot do need more. But my point is, with Isak, you win the league, and you wouldn't swap your squad with anybody else's side, which is a great place to be in. You ain't swapping your squad for City's, Arsenal's, or anyone else's. And Dakota says, can we talk about Joey G? He's injured again. And I thought Thiago and Keita were bad, LOL. Is he got injured again?
Yeah, he just went back home. I was telling you that he's gone. Remember I was doing the count just now. I was telling you, he went back. Yeah. Sore Achilles or something they said. So, but he is one that we should have sent to the Caribbean for the bush bath because he needs it. He's been so unlucky. He's been so unlucky. But serious. It just without the injuries and without bias, he was at a point in time one of the best centre backs in the league. Problem is then you get injury where you get cut from your thigh to your ankle pretty much to fix whatever's going on in there. You're saying to yourself, well, when is he going to be back? And when he comes back, he does all right, but everybody's frightened that he's going to get another knock, and invariably does. So the fears are there, and it's been true because he's been picking up knocks. He had a spell he was arguably the best of our left backs. And the back end of the season before last, people argue that he was better than Robbo and Costas when he came in. But again, that was a short-lived spell. And Joey G is a player that needs to play. Once he gets in, he needs the rhythm. And once he's fit, he'll play. But he's not. To me, one of the things that you're missing in Matip is you can literally put Matip down for 3 months and bring him back in month 4, and he's as though he was never missing. He used to get back up to speed incredibly quickly. Joey G doesn't do that. And that's, I guess, one of the sort of drawbacks to him. So a lot of people are saying, I had enough of him. And you know what, that's going mad in the transfer market. You're seeing all of the fans saying, yeah, boy, let me do the football manager thing. Sell. Let's buy. So it's all new toys. Everybody wanting new toys. Yeah.
Fairs. And I didn't know if you lot could hear. I thought it was on my end. Pops, I think you got some background noise, some squeaking. I'm not sure what it is. You have to jump out.
Oh, sorry, I got my windows open. That's the crickets. Now that's actually crickets and frogs outside. Sorry, guys. I'll put it on mute and shut the window. Serious. That's the Caribbean. Sorry. Anyway, you hear it.
I thought it was just on me. That's why I didn't say anything. Hey, chat, you lot need to let man know. It's sorry. Man. It's all good, man. All good.
Yeah, sorry.
You lot
give me a second. Let me just.
Hey, you lot in the chat have to let it be known, man, when there's noise, because I thought it was just on my end, Man said it's the crickets. Hey, people, man. This is Sarcasm City TV, man. You might hear some crazy shit in the city. That's what it is. Hey, Ozzy, big up as well, man. Big up Ozzy every single time. Zay, my G, big up, man. Every time, man. Slap the likes and subscribe. So you lot run up the likes. I don't know how many were on, but it's not enough. Run up the likes, people. Run up the damn likes. Make sure you subscribe to Bayern Reds TV as well. The link is in the title, Bayern Reds TV. If you're a Liverpool fan, you should be over there and subscribed. If you're supporting me and Sarcasm City TV, you should be over there and subscribed. And if you're just a fan of great content, no matter who you support, you should be over there. So again, links in the title, Bayern Reds TV. And anytime you lot, if there's a noise or something, you lot gotta let me know. I thought it was just on my end. So it's all good. No stress. Yeah, it's gone. Shout out to the crickets still getting a feature. You already know. Yeah, they didn't say nothing because I heard it. But I thought, all right, it's just on my end. I thought, all right, we're good. But yeah, now it's all well and good.
That's Jiminy. That's Jiminy out there. We got some small frogs called whistling frogs. So that's the combination. Yeah. That's the music of the Barbados After Dark. Sorry about that.
Love that. That's all good, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I had a feeling it was that. That's why I didn't mention it. Yeah, you lot should have said. You know what I'm saying? You are on some joke thing. Like, that's it. So you mentioned there that you don't think you're done if you sign Isak. Where else do you think you strengthen? Centre back, I'm guessing, would be one. Is there anywhere else you would take your positions on the pitch? Where else?
Up front still. We just did it again.
Yeah,
we did the numbers.
The Diaz. Yeah, because
not necessarily a left winger, but it's all right. If you add Isak, as it currently stands, Chiesa and Nunes are still there. If you sell both of them, it's Salah on the right, it's Gakpo on the left, it's Ekatike and Isak in the middle. So you got two strikers. So you're short on the left, but you could add Rio so you move Rio from the unders into the first team. You still got a gap on your right hand side. Now, somebody might say, well, 5 is enough and we can kind of figure out what we can do when Salah moves, maybe Frimpong goes up or whatever. Maybe, but that's all on Mr. Lot. If he wants 5 up front and one of them being the kid, that's up to him. That's 4 seniors plus Rio. Not sure that that's necessarily ideal. A lot of people are saying, let's get Rodrigo in, man. He's looking like he wants to leave or whatever. I don't know. Then somebody was saying his salary, he wants some 500 a week or some nonsense. So I saw some rumors. All right, well, whatever. That's not happening. That's not in the Prem. I ain't sure where you can get 500 a week in the Prem, but yeah, good luck. Good luck. Yeah, good luck, man.
It would be. Yeah, and absolutely, it would be a lot. Sorfel says it after he said already got Isak to Liverpool because he didn't say if Isak signs. He said after Isak signs, what percentage chance do you give Liverpool to go invincible? Because you over there smiling, grinning teeth about number 21, invincible. I already know, but I know you well enough. It's further down on your list. You're not too fussed about it, but what percentage do you give yourselves?
I'll do the Isak look.
Do the Isak thing, yo.
Hashtag 21, man. Forget all that invincible stuff. That's an Arsenal thing. I'm good with never being invincible. But if I want to be shameless, give me the Century invincible and let me done Veta and all of the Gooners one time. But I know that can kill you, so I don't want to kill you. You're still my guy, Flawless. I don't want to kill you.
I'm already dead inside, yo. I'm already dead.
Nah,
I'm already dead inside, yo. Literally. Like,
honestly, that's not high on my list because in 1920, so when we got 97 points, City got 100. We lost one game. It was to City. We were the champions of Europe. To me, that was arguably the best. That 19, 20, 21, that period for 2 years, I think we were the best team of Europe. Yes, we didn't win the league. It was marginal. That the defeat to City was marginal. But to me, what we're seeing now is what we should have seen then. So all things being equal, minus the pandemic, I think this sort of move would have happened earlier in that we would have seen us progress to a point where we got the money, we've won the tournaments without the drop off for COVID. We're at the same point in that period of time saying, all right, let's buy some players now, because we didn't spend at that point in time. And maybe that's what it was. All along they were saying that that's what it was. Now that this has happened, you can say, well, all right, here we are at pretty much the same point in history now. And look at the difference. We won 100 million in the Champions League and 100 million more in the Prem. Can arguably spend, I think, 400 million or whatever without having any issues. Then it would have been pretty much the same thing back then, but obviously the market changed. Everything went haywire during the pandemic, so it pretty much stopped that.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Being invincible, I'm not sure that's something that you target. If I'm honest, I don't know. In a dressing room, I'd like to ask players at the beginning of the season, and you have these little locker things that you write up on. Being invincible, I'm not sure that that's something that people right now.
I think it's one of them. And again, it's a bonus.
It's an amazing feat. Yeah, but it's not the top thing. Yeah, I want to win, and I argue with my Arsenal friends. All right, listen to me, right? As much as it's wonderful, lose one game last season and win the Champions League, and you win the double. Forget being invincible, you win the double. Yeah, I know they got some people say, but yours isn't. Yeah, just. Listen to how people talk to you right now. And you tell me you win the double in that period with that team. You win the Champions League and the Premier League. You better than the Invincibles. They're not going to admit it. They cannot admit it because they understand where they hold that trophy in the argument, because they need to make that their flag bearer, their standard bearer for the argument. Off camera, off the record, and you ask somebody honestly, they can tell you, yeah, why not? Because it wasn't a multiple winning trophy season either. So not to put it down, it was you went the Premier League season without losing a one match. Wonderful. But you didn't win the League Cup, you didn't win the FA Cup, and you didn't win the Champions League. Yeah. But you arguably had the best season ever in the league.
No, this is not the best season ever.
No, but but that's why I just did that like that, because in the league exclusively, you could say, well, yes, no one's ever done it. All right, good. But for everything else you wanted to do, you still didn't achieve it.
Right.
So for me, off the record, they'll tell you, yeah, boy, this Champions League thing, like, it's serious though, because it's 20 years on. You haven't won the league in 21 years now. And you're still talking about that moment in time. And again, if you look at the team, phenomenal players. Let me not get that wrong. I ain't got issue with looking at players from other teams and saying that they were good. Phenomenal. But those players themselves, if you ask them the question, they would say, yeah, at the end of the day, my career was really good. I really enjoyed the time in England.
They went to
love the fans, love how we think. But the big one, we walked past it. We walked past it right there. Look, that has to be the worst feeling that there is, to look at it. You were right there.
It was.
Just that's huge. That and this huge difference. Because now, what do? Yeah, but you ain't got one of these nice ones here. One of these big ones.
No Champions League.
You even got Spurs knocking on the windows by Arsenal, and people then say, "Hey, come outside, man. Come outside, man. Jez and Devil, come outside. Let me show you something.
We got
Let me show you
something.
something.
We got one facts.
We got to show you that you'll see.
Don't let them pick up that Super Cup.
I heard you. I was laughing. During that. I said, look at this man. Oh, yeah, boy, your Spurs for the Super Cup. Look at you, look.
Yo, don't let Spurs pick up that Super Cup. That's all I'm saying. If Spurs pick up that Super Cup, Lord have mercy, double European champions. You know what I'm saying? Like double European champions if they pick up that Super Cup. Super champions, oh Lord, yo. Arsenal fans gonna lose their shit, yo. You lose their shit, yo. You're gonna go from this to this, man. I'm telling you. So it is. Go to this, man. They gonna cover their eyes.
You got bypass the world champions, the European champions, and the Super European champions, all in London. Yeah, like you say, you gotta walk around with blinkers on, man.
That's it, yo. It's exactly what else. He'll blame me, Warrior J, yo. Like it's my fault. 100% Troops will blame me. That remind people always I like to overlook how this flawless Spurs thing started. It was Troops. Blame him. You know what I'm saying? He created this. That was on him. I was trying to be objective about Spurs. My way of trying to hear it. So now it's like, all right, cool. We just gonna be super shameless. And then on top of that, they've actually had some success. That's the maddest part. They went and picked up a trophy you don't have for the third time.
That's it.
Yeah. Hey, having parades all up in the city and all down the North London streets. Hey, yeah, you lot, yeah. Lord of mercy.
So what are you saying on your side, man? What's going on the Manchester side of things during preseason?
Well, as we get to this, I
heard the cussing.
You said the same. Because you know what it is, Pops. Every time like I start talking, because I don't talk about Manchester United in depth like outside of this. So it's like when I start talking in depth and start realizing things and decision making, and then how bad decisions are a domino effect for other situations, which makes them worse. And I'm just like, yo, you lot just are really that bad at your job, or you're either trying to fail. You're either complete idiots, or you're literally just trying to tank it and attempt to fail. And I actually believe it's the former, not the latter, which makes it worse. Especially when it's people you didn't want in place. I'll accept it. I'm a manager. What cool, he failed. Managers fail. That, but then the people in charge need to take him out of his misery. Literally on preseason, the manager's saying, we're going to suffer, but I'm happy with the squad. So if you're happy with the squad, exactly see the confusion on your face. So if you're happy with the squad, why are we going to suffer? And why are you talking like this before the season started? And then why are the higher-ups not gone, something ain't right here, let's take this man out of his misery? Exactly.
So,
see?
we're gonna suffer. We're gonna suffer.
Yeah, he didn't say it in the same sentence, but he said both of those things in the same press conference, but it was separated.
But I like the squad.
He said, "I'm happy with the squad." Yes, I'm happy with it. So if you're happy with the squad, why are we suffering?
Now you can't see. This is where this got to be something lost in translation. It has to be some sort of language barrier. No. Because as a manager, right, your job is
he speaks better English than I do. There's no do that. Amarim speaks better English than I do, and I'm born and raised there. So we ain't even gonna give him that. His English is fluent. He's a fluent, fantastic talker and an intelligent person when it comes to actually talking about the team and the game and stuff like that. So ain't no lost in translation. We watched enough of his interviews. We have enough evidence. This guy dropping interviews like Tupac drops with tracks. I'm telling you. Go on, carry on.
But you have to be happy with your squad. That's a standard manager comment, especially when you want to sell. When you're a selling club, you can't say, "Yeah, these men are shit," because no one's buying shit. So you have to be happy. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm always happy. Yeah. Behind the scenes, if they're suffering, then you speak to somebody upstairs and say, "Listen, if you keep this lot here, we can suffer." But that's not something you say up front, though.
That's my issue.
Good God,
man. Saying this publicly. That's my issue. It's not even the happy with the squad part. That lie. That I get. But what I'm saying is
you have to lie.
You can't be, we're suffering, but you're happy with the squad. So you're clearly showing that the happy with the squad bit is a lie, because why do we have to suffer?
Yeah. Or are you a masochist? Is that it? You like suffering? That you enjoy the suffering?
He got the Ryan complex, man. He must like you. You got humiliation fetish, which I don't get. And it's
that was a 16 out of 10 comment. 16 out of 10 for that comment.
Definitely a 16 out of 10 comment. Ryan should have just popped up, you know what I'm saying, next to him and said that shit like it was a sitcom. And that's where my issue lies, is then the higher ups and the people in charge don't hear that, and alarm bells ain't ringing. Because if you are running a football club and you hire me as the manager, and then I'm at preseason and I say, yeah, I'm happy with the squad, but we're gonna suffer, especially after having the back into the season we just had, you gonna fire me.
Your phone will vibrate literally on stage. That's me calling you. Man, retract that statement right now. Retract exactly what you just said. Say that you misspoke. Literally. Tell them you misspoke. Say something else that makes sense, because that ain't making sense. We can talk afterwards still, but right now still, you gotta say this. Not suffer, sorry. You know, I was still caught in last season, you know, PTSD. Something, but you can't sit in front of the microphone at preseason and tell a Manchester United filled press room, we are going to suffer. Preseason, not day one of the Premiership, not in December when you got injuries. In preseason, nah, man. Yeah, he want the payout. What's his payout? Was it unemployment?
I've been saying this. See, this is why we on. I've been saying he wants to pay out. He wants to pay out. And when he was talking, when he was talking, I think it was after the season. So it was after the Europa League, after the last game against Villa, and he's talking about I'll walk if I'm not wanted here and da-da-da. When a manager starts talking like that, he wants out. It's like being in a relationship and your partner starts talking about, maybe I'm not sure if I see a future with you, I might want to leave. When those things, the alarm bells, it's over. Never does that happen, and then everything just goes swimmingly well. Because this person has been having this conversation with themselves, whether it was a day before, week before, months before they get to you. So them saying things he's saying out loud, he's been thinking this before we said it. He's not just thought that up on the spot. Like, yeah, everything's going swimmingly well, and then got to preseason game 2 and went, yeah, I'm happy with the squad, but we're going to suffer. It's like, all right, okay. All right.
Who's the club captain? Bruno Fernandes is still the club captain? Bruno?
Yeah, Bruno. Yeah, Bruno's still the captain. Yeah, which again is a whole nother one in itself.
Your captain and manager both wanted to walk.
Yes, and this club just said, nah, we want to keep him. And I would understand wanting to keep them if they've been successful. Like you mentioned with Trent, you did the same with Kanate. They've been successful. So keeping them for another year when they can be the difference in you winning a Premier League or Champions League, I understand. What is the point of keeping this lot? Let them go. We have let better players go and better managers go, and we've seen better managers leave who actually led us to success. So therefore, let them go. Been saying this, hold the door open for them. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. But this ownership wants to keep him. And to Sanjari says, Flawless, I don't know how you do it. Being a Manchester United fan is miserable. Big up for you to always making these live and keeping us updated, though. United need to give you a pension for being loyal. Here the thing is why I'm blessed in this situation. If this was younger me doing this, I'd lose my mind. But what helps is, and people always say, oh, you just gassing it up and not. It's worse losing when your team is actually good. When your team is good enough to win major honors and competes at the higher end, that is more disappointing and heartbreaking for me than when you know your team's rubbish and it finishes. So losing the Europa League final, yeah, it was bad. I've seen Manchester United lose Champions League, 2 Champions League finals. I've seen us lose FA Cups. I've seen us go out in the Champions League semi-finals, quarter-finals. And what makes it worse is when we went out in those scenarios, not so much the 2 Champions League finals against Barcelona because their teams was incredible. But when we've gone out at times and even league titles we've lost, we've been good enough to win it. We shot ourselves in the foot. We didn't do what we're supposed to. So when you've had heartbreak like that, and as many times as I've had great times as a United fan, thankfully enough, love the fact I was born into the era I was. I've seen heartbreak. Me and shout out, because he was in the chat, shout out to Barrio, for those that don't know, calls in on a regular Chelsea fan from Colombia. He's like 16, 17, something like that. And he was asking me about, oh, what's the worst heartbreaks as like a Manchester United fan you've seen? And I said to him verbatim, when we lost to Bayer Leverkusen in 2002 in the Champions League semi-final, we were a better side than Bayer Leverkusen. Would we have got packed up by Real Madrid in the final? More than likely, yes. For those that don't know, it was the final when Zidane scored the left foot volley. And yeah, Pops, I know you know this as well. And here the thing is, people, not only did we go out in away goals, I literally described the goal that knocked us out to a T to Barrio. Go back and check it on the fan calling show. I explained the exact scenario, what happened, who scored, who slipped. People, I literally told man who slipped. Literally, the ball went into Nerville. He took a touch. Ronnie Johnson slipped. Nerville turned on it, shot. It hit the crossbar and went in. Then I went and watched it on the stream. And that's exactly what happened. And this was 2002, people. We are in 2025, and I'm telling you something that happened in 2002. And I'm still not over. I'd never be over because we should have beat them. We should have beat because we were a better side. Leverkusen were a very good side, do not get me, but we were a better side. And we went out on away goals. That's what made it even worse. We didn't even get packed up like 3-4-0 and stuff like that. So what helps with it is the fact that I've been in them trenches. So when it comes to this, it's like, I know in my heart of hearts we're terrible. I know the manager's terrible. I know the players are terrible. So with that, there comes there comes a acceptance of it. Like that's why I can survive. And plus I'm older, so I'm just wiser. Like, and when I say wiser in regards to I've been through the heartbreak. It's like, your first heartbreak. You know what I'm saying? Like that first heartbreak you have with a girl will kill you. And when you have if you have a second one or a third one, exactly that first one will have you contemplating life and everything in it and have you hating everybody. But once you get over that, it's like, all right, the second time it happens and setbacks. That's what it is, just as you get older. I'm saying you roll with the punches. So like that's what, so like United fans who are teenagers and early 20s ain't seen shit. Seen genuine heartbreak, man. I've seen us go out on away goals in the Champions League. Worst case, especially when you was the better side. I've seen us the Aguero moment. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that, losing the leagues on the last day to fucking West Ham and shit. I was saying, well, no, because we didn't beat West Ham. How we didn't win that game, I still have no idea. And that's early 90s, people. And these lot did us a favor. That's the craziest part. Because Liverpool beat Blackburn that day. They almost give us the title. Because Blackburn lost at their place.
Yes, we did.
Liverpool, almost they beat him. Was it 1-0? You lot beat him at your place on the last day. And we just couldn't beat West Ham.
I think yeah.
Was it 1-0 or 2-1?
Andy Cole with a big miss, innit?
Yeah, Andy Cole. Yeah. King Cole. And like not even just him, we was just so yeah, that's where it. But Sanja, I'm glad you enjoyed the content as well, man. So we gonna keep it rolling, man. We gonna keep it rolling. And to Daz, you said this earlier, we should have sold him and never getting that 100 million offer again, but we need to try something. Yes, Daz, I agree with you in regards to we should have sold him for the 100 mil. We're not getting that again. We need to try something. These people are incapable. As much as you say things, and me and Lex have this conversation literally every time we do the Yardman show. And he's like, Flawless, I know you say these lot are stupid and are bad at their job, but they can't be. Yes, they can. If it looks like a snake, slithers like a snake, rattles like a snake. Is there a snake? Or you got to go over there and get bit by it to go, oh, yeah, it's a snake. Word to 50 Cent. That's what it is. That's why I don't need to get bit by the snake to know it's a snake. If it looks like one, slivers like one, rattles like one, I'm not going to go over there and go, I'm not sure if it's a snake. I'm going to keep my distance. And that's what it is. Ineos have been terrible from the start, and all their decision making shows you it. But people are just blinded by it because it's them. Because if the Glazers did this, we'd butcher them. If the Glazers kept this manager, we'd slaughter them. If the Glazers refused the offer for Bruno, we'd slaughter them. If the Glazers would have kept Ten Hag for so long, we would have slaughtered them. If they would have done this assessment period, we would have slaughtered them. But because it's Ineos, we kind of bypassed it. And because they do the occasional good thing with regards to the window, people get blinded by that too. They've been rubbish. They did a deal with the ups. Whoever your main up is, imagine your right-hand man goes and works with someone you have major issues with. You're gonna look at him funny. That's like someone in Drake's camp, OVO, going to work with Kendrick. Or someone in Kendrick's camp going to work with Drake and OVO. We'd all look at that person like they was crazy. And go like, how you gonna do that to your man? It's that type of energy and how I look at it with it. So yeah, Dazzle, in regards to, I hear you, but the players out there are by themselves. This is back to the Ollie scenario. We are relying on individual brilliance. One thing we have done is brought in some. With Cunha and Bremo, we've got two players who on any given day can win you a game or can get you a draw from a loss and can create for themselves and create for others. Do we need to add to that? Yes, because this manager's not helping him. This is why with the whole Maino conversation and the talk, Maino is not a midfielder in the system. Could he play there as an attacking 8 in certain circumstances? Yes. But all his attributes are on the ball. So why put him in the pivot? And Maino's quality. I'd rather see him up front. Put him in the 9. If you want to play him, might as well play him with Bremo or Cunha and just have a fluid front three if that's the case. Rather than that. But yeah, and I just seen Barnes put it, yeah, we beat Blackburn, still not over that. And I was a kid them times as well. I'm saying, still devastated. I can listen to them. And Liverpool could have given us the title as well. It's mad. So yeah, that's what it is. That's what people stop thinking the manager's going to do anything or certain players are going to do anything. We are out there by them. When they're pitched, then them players run that pitch, they're out there by themselves. We need to add, reports came out stating we're looking at a striker, midfielder, and a goalkeeper. Good. Will we get these players? I don't know. Will they be of quality? I'm not sure. We also still need to sell players, but we messed up. We could have got 100 M's for Bruno, 30, 40 for Garnacho and been calm and just reinvested that, and that's cool. But again, just not people who are just not very smart. So yeah, Tabazu says Amram has to come out and say stuff like that. It's all mind games in the transfer market, so clubs don't think we are desperate. He doesn't have to say he's suffering. He say he's happy with the squad. Why do we have to suffer? Suffer makes the players look bad.
Not suffering.
If he's saying I'm suffering, that means the players are not good. That defeats the happy with the squad. I'm with that. That's cool. Say that. But why do we have to suffer? Yeah. And yeah, Sorrowful, I did see this. Don't forget Amram hinted at possibly not signing any more players. That I understand because you don't want to drive the price up. That I get as well. It's the suffering part that I have an issue with. And also his comments on Bruno, where he said, well, when we miss Bruno playing as a 10. But when he plays as a 10, he doesn't play as a 10 because he drops in and gets the ball from deep. So then we don't have a number 10. So what you're saying is this man's not disciplined. So why keep him? Literally saying that the man does not fit your system. How do I know that? You know he don't fit your system, and I know he don't fit your system, but you chose to keep him rather than sell him for the 100 million and bring in 2 to 3 players who do fit your system. You're trying to get sacked. That's it. The only thing is because you're not an idiot. So I can only put it down to, all right, yeah, I'm just sabotaging it and getting it. I can only think he's saying stuff like this to send a message to Ineos to go out and sign in the players we need. Baz, let's say this is true. Even though I disagree with this, I'll talk hypothetically as if what you're saying is true. If a manager has to go out publicly to say things to get what he wants from the board don't have your best interest at heart. The board do not have your best interest at heart. The board that signed you are setting you up to fail. So therefore, you know what you should do? Walk because you're being sold.
Yeah.
Because clearly, if you're saying this publicly, you're having these discussions behind closed doors and they're saying that. So if you don't think the players are good enough, why stay? Because he wants to pay out. That's why. That's why I'm not hearing all this. And this was the board that was supposed to back him. This was the footballing structure that was supposed to deliver, excellence and best in class. And we won't win the league in 2028 and a new stadium in 2030 and all this. Deal, fix me now. Deal with 22. And the thing is, it's an easy fix. It's not even a complicated fix to improve the team. How do you not improve the 15th best team? It's literally harder not to, because you can only go 16, 17, 18, 19 for 20th. So you got all the room in the world to improve. So even if you finish 8th, it's a vast improvement on what you've done. You've jumped up the table. Or 7th, or 10th, or 12th, or whatever the case may be. And to Abraham, who says, that's why he got a 2-year contract. Yeah, but it's like, leave again, but it's just incompetence across the board. From the playing staff to the manager to the coaching to the hierarchy. And this is why you get people like Baz who have to say these things. Oh, he's doing this for this. There's no, he's doing that because he wants to pay out. But even if that is the case, then the board are terrible and he's terrible. If they're fighting each other in public, quote unquote. But all right. Yeah.
It's a perpetuation of the beginning, though. This started wrong and it has to end wrong because nothing's changed. You forced this man to sign a deal after the last window, and you had already spent the money on Ten Hag's players, and then said it's now or never come. He says, all right, cool. You know what? I'm going to jump at this opportunity because my ego is too big to turn it down. So he jumps in. Here you are in the summer that should be a big summer for you because it's your first summer. So if you look at, obviously circumstances are different. Mr. Locke didn't sign anybody. Now it's his first summer, and the money's there to spend. He should be in the same position. You didn't get a window. We forced you to sign. All right, good. Director of football, you should be working your magic. Bruno should be gone. Garnacho should be gone. Andy should be gone. Sancho should be gone. Rashford gone. Whoever. Collect whatever you can collect and say, all right, here's our war chest, as everybody likes to say. We just got back 100 and whatever, and we had another 100. This is 200 and whatever. All right, we can get Mbeumo, we can get Cunha, we can buy a young midfielder, whatever is you need. You've sold everything else. Here's the system that we're going to run. Get the pieces in. And it don't have to be marquee pieces because you were 15th, but you get pieces in that can get you, as you said, from 15th up to somewhere reasonable. With Cunha and Mbeumo and a decent number 9, you're easily in that top half. And then once you're in the top half, then to me, honestly, you're looking at Europe. The top half, all the top half for a point in time last season, we're looking at Europe. So if you're 10th, at some point, you're in the hunt. It's a matter of whether you can push on or not. So do you have... And who was 10th last season? What, Fulham? Was Fulham 10th? I can't remember who was 10th. But let's just argue Fulham was 10th.
Yeah, it was around that. Fulham or around
that. Nah, maybe. Yeah, all right, good. All right, good. So let's say Fulham, for argument's sake. And I saw you doing your with Said and them. Are we better than Crystal Palace? Are we better than this? Are we better than that? Are you better than Fulham with a decent number 9? Not currently as it stands. Just put number 9. Put John Brown, who's a decent number 9. As good as what's the kid that signed for Chelsea again? Delap.
João Pedro. Oh, Delap. What are you saying, Delap? Okay.
No, Delap. Yeah, not even João Pedro. Not even João Pedro. Delap. Standard. Just was in the Premiership for a season, but short enough to say, yeah, he can probably get us 12. That's what you want. If you got a man that can get you 12 in the 9, and you already got these 2 animals on the wings, the 2 of them can get you more than that 12.
Yes, agreed.
Even if you just kick it long and have them running, the 2 of them are going to get you more than 12. Nah, we've seen it. No, we've seen them play for teams.
I'm laughing. No, the reason why I'm laughing because people make out Pops like it's so complicated and it's not. That's what annoys me so much. Just kick the ball. If we say we get in John Brown and I'm managing, them 3 score goals. Just off the case of them 3 being talent. You don't need no UEFA A and B license to figure this out, to go up the league. Play Mbeumo, play Cunha, competent striker, they'll score goals. Which probably when you
if you get a half-decent goalkeeper, you get rid of the Onana issue because all you need is a man that is half-decent because Onana's injured. If he's half-decent for 4 or 6 games or whatever it is, Onana can't walk back in because you're saying, look, we got 2 clean sheets. We won 3 games or whatever it is, 2, whatever the number is, more. Because you looked at your first 10 and you said, oh my God, I don't think we can win 4. So if in the first 6, you actually win 2 and don't lose the other 4 too badly, or you get 2 draws and 2 losses, you're saying to yourself, well, again, Fred Brown is better than Onana. So now you got John Brown at front and Fred Brown in between the sticks. You're better than you were. This ain't that hard. Yes, you're Manchester United. And yes, you a lot of people believe you should have the best in class, but you're 15th. So the best in class can't come now. But you can't just sit there and talk, oh yeah, we can suffer. This is the second time he's talking about suffering. It was one thing in the first season when you had no opportunity to do anything. You cannot be having the same conversation. No, it's you. This is your summer. This is your summer for an extension. The contract is 2 years just because they said, well, you're young. We force you into a situation. You need you need to get an extension. It isn't 2 years because they're saying in 2 years we're going to fire you. We're testing the waters. You got to prove to me in 2 years that you can get that extension, or in 18 months, or whatever it is. So before the 2 years is up, you should already be saying, yeah, me and my people saying, no, we having a 3-year extension or whatever, because, we know what the plan is going forward, whatever it is. But the suffering thing, I'm all right with it though, Flawless. I'm all right with it.
Yeah.
If you can squat and suffer, I'll be here. I'll be here on Sundays. That's all I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'll be here on Sundays.
You and Barnes will be here by yourselves. You know what I'm saying? I give my spot to Dakota. You know what I'm saying? And then you lot can just run the show without me, man. I'm tired. And big up Casually for the raid, man. Shout out to my guy Marshall. Big up Casually FC. Run up the likes, you lot, man. Let me see how many likes run before we continue as well. We're only at 47 likes, people. Hey, man, get us up to 80 likes. What we doing, man? Run us up to 80 likes. And make sure you subscribe to Bayesian Reds TV as well, people. The link is in the title. Bayesian Reds TV, the link's in the title. It's also underneath in the description. It's also on the feature channel page. Or if you don't want to be lazy, you can just go to the YouTube bar and type in Bayesian Reds TV and the channel will pop up. So go subscribe right here to Sarcasm City TV as well. And to Baz, it says, because we gave stupid wages to shit players and we're struggling to get them out, and it's killing us in the transfer market to recruit the players Amarim needs. So Baz, all right, Baz, even though I got a response to this. So what's the solution then, Baz? Tell me, Baz, I genuinely want to know, because I've got an easy solution to this, but I'm not even going to respond. You give me the solution then. You've identified a problem, which I actually genuinely don't think is a problem, but let's say hypothetically it is. What is the solution to this then, Baz? And if you don't have one, you're telling me any of us are incapable, which means they shouldn't be in the job because they can't do the job. What is the solution to this, Baz? What should Manchester United do? I know what to do. It's easy. Staring us in the face is easy to do because we ain't the only team. We ain't the only team with terrible players on big wages. Just to clarify that. And the only ones really on big wages is Rashford, who's gone, and Sancho. No one else in our club now is on astronomical wages. None of them. And I said, it might be on big wages, but there's no one outside of Sancho. He's the only one Rashford's gone. Because there's no one in our squad who's on more than 200K a week in regards to we call terrible. Not that I can think of. I don't think the likes of Shaw or Maguire and Mount and Onana and all them players and Anthony, none of them are on 200K a week. So you can get moved on. So let me know what's the solution, Baz. That's what I want to know. What should we do? I'm hearing problems. You let me know. Oh yeah. I'm definitely gonna roll over. I don't know when, but I'm definitely. I've never actually been, so I'm definitely. It's on me and Barnes. Me and Pops were talking about this after the last show. I'm definitely getting over to Barbados in the next couple years or so. 100%. Like 2027 or 2028. I'm there, man. I'm there for crop over, 100%, man. Without that's what I'm there. I'm there to party, man. I'm turn up, 100%. Big up to Da as well, man. I'm definitely over there, definitely. You know what I'm saying. So Baz, you go get Visa or Strand Larsen, but the club's not doing that. So what's the solution to what we've got going on to the comments you made? That's what I want to know. See what else you lot are saying. Yo, Jez, just hella things like we the only club who's been in this situation. Any else, like, it's really easy to do. We knew the players we had to move on. You know what I'm saying? Ain't back in Baz, but Mount 250, Shaw 150, Anthony 220, Bruno 300, and Casemiro 350K. Well, we had the chance to sell Bruno and didn't. Anthony, we gonna move on. Shaw's gonna stay, Mount's gonna stay. They're not on the chopping block in regards to it. So eliminate Mount, eliminate Shaw. We had the chance to sell Bruno. So I thought nobody wanted these bad players on terrible wages. So we was gonna shut him for 100 million. So it's clear that the solution's there. It's just that these idiots didn't take the opportunity to sell him. Anthony's literally been linked with a move to Saudi today. Betis are also interested in him too. So what we talking about here?
220, though, innit?
No, 220. But he said he'll take. But you know what's crazy? Anthony said he'll take a wage cut.
He's going to take the pay cut.
He said he'll take a pay cut. Yeah, and he's cool with it. Again, Maguire don't play, so that's cool. Maguire 5th, 6th choice centre back. So Maguire don't play, so that's not a problem. The players to move on was Rashford, Anthony, Garnacho, Sancho, Malacia. That was the 5. We moved on 1. Now you have 4 more to get rid of, and all 4 have genuine interest from different places. So why are they not being moved on? If there's no interest, say that again. What'd you say?
Malacia's still there.
Yeah.
Malacia,
because he went out on loan to Feyenoord. They won the league, and then he came back. So they're the 4 players, people. And there's been interest in all of them in regards to, forget the terrible players, forget the Maguires and the Mounts, they're not included in this. So again, solutions, people. Because the players that you just mentioned, people were interested in. Bruno, we could have cleared the wage, but bear in mind, we've already cleared 335k in terms of wages, so don't give me wages because we're already in the green. Eriksen left, Lindelof left, Evans left. Their combined fees are 335k in terms of wages on a weekly basis, if you combine their wages. So we're 335k in the plus. And Bremo and Cunha haven't made that up. So we're in the plus. Go on.
Are you paying any of Rashford's wage? Or
no, Barcelona are paying. Yeah, I forgot. Barcelona are paying 100% of Rashford's wages. So that's 350k.
Okay, that's gone too, then.
So there's clearly solutions out there. Wherever Maguire's on, 130, 190. My point is selling Maguire is not the difference in Manchester United being able to acquire players or not. People are making problems that are not there. Maguire was never on the list to be sold. Mount was never on the list. Shaw was never on the list. None of these men are starters. We know the 5 players. We got rid of 1. So back to it, I'll ask the question again. The other players you mentioned, we could have sold Bruno and Anthony's had interest. Saudi are interested in him. Betis are interested in him. So if we want to sell a player and clubs want to buy a player, why is that player not being moved on? Because it means the selling club is doing something wrong. Whether that's the transfer fee or whether that's the wages or whether that's both. And I'm more inclined to think it's the wages because Garnacho's not on big money. So why can't we sell him? No, his man didn't mention Garnacho. Why can't we sell Garnacho? You lot answer me that in the chat. Because then we start having serious discourse about it. You see what this lot do. But people get hoodwinked and bamboozled into thinking it's so tough to move on players with big money. Nonsense. Could have sold Bruno. They chose to keep him. 100+ million. The offer was there. Bruno was talking about going. So don't tell me moving on Bruno is a problem. We wanted to keep him. So don't say it's everyone else's fault. No, blame the people who made the decisions. Blame Amorim. Blame Ineos. Because let me get something wrong. You lot ain't blaming Pops or blaming someone else. You're putting it on me. Hey, Flawless, you said this, you was wrong. Same way I said, and Bremo will join. If Bremo would have stayed at Brentford or went Spurs or Arsenal, you lot would have called me. It would no one else. Why did these lot get off scot-free? And they're being paid very well to make these decisions. Isn't Garnacho on? Isn't it on Garnacho who's saying he wants a Prem move? Yeah, and Villa are interested and Chelsea are interested. He wants a Prem move where teams
are very interested. His team
from Napoli and Leverkusen. Ineos to blame, in my opinion. Thank you. Ineos are to blame to force him out. Aston Villa are interested. Chelsea are interested. So why has he not been moved? And he's not on big wages. So we can't say the big wages is a problem. I think he's on like 60k. So why is he not gone? He wants to move. Clubs want him. His agent was literally at Stamford Bridge during last season, during a game. Where the conversations are going on. The bid came in. We rejected one come in January. We got a 40 to 45 million bid from Napoli. We said, nah. And we all know how bids work. You talk to the player first and you talk to the clubs before you make a bid. We know how this works. unless it's a release clause. Did we bid for Mbeumo first, or did we go and do we go and talk to him and do a deal with him first? We made sure we had that pattern with Mbeumo, and then we do the deal with said club, and that's why it took so long. We accepted what bid? What bid did we accept? What bid did we accept? This is news to me. What bid did we accept? Flawless, why any of us giving Garnacho options? Because we're stupid, that's why. Not even we, because I ain't involved in them. They're stupid. Show me, find me the source of this, because I missed this. Find me the source. I don't think this happened. We did not accept no bid from Napoli. All the reports I seen said rejected it. Find me the reliable source that said that, please. And if it is, I stand corrected, but I don't remember that. The Garnacho one will get sorted at the end of the window, but I think he's going to find a club who's willing to pay for him. I'm not trying to move him. Cam, what's a bag of... Okay, Cam. What's not an acceptable price for you for Garnacho? What's the minimum price? Because you're saying for a bag of chips, what's the minimum price? Yeah, got you IDK, we ain't going nowhere. Nah, Napoli wanted him for 50 million and United asked for 60 to 65. That's what I remember, Jess, because me and you was talking about this as it was going on. Somebody who gets it. So I don't have to state the obvious, because this is the blatant obvious that everyone doesn't want it. 2 plus 2 will always equal 4. A club, real life, paid 50 million for Madueke and no one wants to pay that for Garnacho. He'd be gone already if they asked for like 35. Ding, ding, ding. Literally this. If we drop the price, we'd sell him. He'd be gone. No one else's fault, bar Manchester United and Ineos and Glazers and whoever else you want to put involved. Stop blaming wages and all this nonsense and getting money and and all this foolishness. He's a dreadful player who has performed terribly pretty much his entire time here. Why are we asking for a big fee? We're not negotiating. People will point to Madueke's and Alangas, etc. We are not negotiating for a position. We are not negotiating from a strong position. Under 40 M's in this market, age, profile, what other teams are getting for their players. I know we rejected a January mistake, but that's because manager was giving him a shot to do something. That's our mistake. Why was the manager giving him a shot to do something? When we already knew he was terrible. You knew he was terrible. Cam Pops knew he was terrible. I knew he was terrible. So why are we giving him? Or why are we getting 40 million for him in this market? I'd sell him for 30. If no one's willing to pay 40, then that's what it is. Stop looking at what other teams are getting for players, because we're not other teams. Because the selling clubs were the A side of negotiation. We're the B side of negotiation, every negotiation we go into. When Madueke went to Arsenal, Chelsea were the A side of that negotiation. When Alanga went to Newcastle, Nottingham Forest are the A side of that negotiation. When Bino Gittins went to Chelsea, Borussia Dortmund are the A side of that negotiation. There's an A side and there's a B side of negotiations every single time. What we talking about here, like we don't know this. Me and Barnes live on, let's say me and Barnes live on the, me and Pops live on in the same street, same house. The value's the exact same amount of bedrooms. They're both in peak conditions. Pops is happy in his house. I'm moving country next week. Why are you going to offer me the same amount that you offer Pops for his house? You're going to offer me much less because I need to sell it because I'm moving in a week and need the money. Pops is happy. So let's say the house is worth 10 million. You ain't offering me 10 million. I know you need to sell it. So I'm going to offer you 5. Because you got to sell it by next week. Pops is happy. So he's like, give me 20 or I'm not moving. I'm cool. It's the same price. It's the same concept. Well, we can't. He said, okay, explain to me this. We're getting somewhere now. He jettisoned everyone else. Man had to keep some depth. That's on him. But I hear you. I just want more than 30 for him. I think why can we get more for 30 then? Why? Explain to me why. What player who went 20 plus games without a goal, attacking player, went 20 games without a goal, would you expect to get more than 30 million for? Please tell me. I'm lost.
That only works if he goes outside the Prem, though, because João Felix from Chelsea just went for 40 plus million to Saudi.
If you're Saudi,
he's done pretty much nothing over the last couple of years. But if you're demanding a move within the Prem, you, as you just said, as a selling club, probably gonna say, all right, let me take a haircut and see if you can do add-ons. So rather than try to get 40 million up front, make it 28 plus 12 or something like that. That sounds a little bit more appealing to the buying club.
Cam, if he had performed somewhere else, like for Cam, let me ask you the question: if he had performed like that for Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs, Arsenal, exact same performances, exact same numbers, stats, in the exact same circumstance that we're in, would you pay more than 30 million for him? If you was buying Garnacho, what would you spend on him, Cam? That's my question to you. People got to get out of his mindset because it makes no sense. Even if you wanted to, that's what I'm asking him. Because I have this conversation.
You wouldn't want to buy him in it, so
literally every day or every other day, I have this conversation surrounding this guy, and I don't understand. Actually, I get it. It's because he wears the Manchester United badge, and it fools people into thinking players are worth more than what they are. Okay, I wouldn't, but we've seen Liverpool and Chelsea say players who have done less because they are negotiating from a position of power. That's what it is, Cam. We are not Chelsea and Liverpool. We're not negotiating. Tell me an unhappy player that they sold for big money. Who was an unhappy player that they were desperate to get off the books, who came out and said he wanted to leave, that they got big money for? Who? Even João Felix, there was no conversation about him being unhappy as he was out on loan. There was no falling out. And he went Saudi. What are we talking about here? What are we doing out here? Stop looking at Liverpool and Chelsea. We're not Liverpool and Chelsea. When people realize this, Manchester United are not negotiating from a position of power. Oh, Felix went for 30 million euros, which is what? Like 20 million pounds? What are we doing? Not Liverpool and Chelsea. Name me a player in Garnacho's predicament that they sold for big money. I want 40 M's for Garnacho. Why? Based off of what? There's no substance to this whatsoever. So it's 25 million pounds appreciated.
It's plus add-ons. Okay.
Yeah, the same.
That's exactly it. Yeah, but that's it. Yeah. So, dude, that's what I mean. You sell a player for that you want X for. Try and figure out a way to get some more money then. Work the add-ons. Qualify for Europe depending on the club it is, or score 20 or whatever, something that obviously benefits the club to the degree that they don't mind paying. Because people talk about add-ons like it's a bad thing. If you're paying the add-on, you've won. If you buy a player for 80 million, it's 20 million in add-ons is 100 million. But, you saw 100 million. Yeah, I don't mind paying 100 million. Because you know the 20 million is? If I win the Champions League and if he scores 20 goals, here's 20 more million. Happily. You're telling me you pay 20 more million for 20 goals on the Champions League? No problem. No issue. I'll make it by the time I get there. Nah, but that's the funny thing. By the time you get to the end, you've already made the money to cover the add-on, which is why you do the add-on in the first place, because it benefits you. Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Garnacho isn't that good, though. But Garnacho isn't that good that we should be stuck on him. He's a young player that, generally speaking, the market's available. The problem is you're looking around and seeing what other people are going for and saying, well, I should be able to get some of that big money. That's not what you would have sold him for, ideally. And if you were buying him, you wouldn't buy him for that money. No, that's really what it is. If you're, like you just said, you flip the script, you're buying him. You aren't buying him for 40 million. No, exactly. There's no way you say, let's buy this kid for 40 million. So you can't expect Villa, who were better than you, to say, yeah, here's 40 million. Let me get Garnacho.
See how things I go for. This is it. This sums it up in a nutshell. And I'm looking there. Yeah, people don't realize this. No one's desperate for him.
Yeah, no. To do what though? That's the problem. Desperate for him to do what? What spot does he fit in, or what does he feel? If you're looking to, this kid can do, what is it that he does?
Hey, Baz, I need the answer to my question I asked you earlier. I asked you a question earlier because you said this about the stupid wages. What's the solution, Baz, in your opinion? That's what I want to know. How do we solve the problem? That's what I want to know.
That's a
People
long-term
won't
fix,
realize
not a
this.
short-term one.
And also, how do we solve the problem? Nah, just in regards to just this summer and moving on the players is my question. How do we solve it just this summer alone?
Okay.
Just solely this summer alone. And when did you lot
What
sell
did you do
Brewster?
this weekend in your match?
I think we won 2-1.
After the Champions League.
You saw Brewster, what,
Okay.
19? Was it? When did you lot sign?
He's been at
Brewster?
Sheffield United for a couple of years now, so there's what 25. He's been there for at least 4 years.
All right, so yeah, I'm looking
And
here.
we
Yeah,
we got 20 plus million.
Yeah, 2020. Here's the difference. You know
21,
why
right?
you know why you lot got big money for him, side? Yeah, you know how these things works because he did well at Swansea.
Champions.
I'm just looking at his loan. He did
winner,
well in the
did well
championship.
on loan. Played well for the unders and winning the tournament, I think, as well. He had a high profile from the unders, which brought him in, and then we had him in our squad, and he did well on loan. He was earmarked, touted as one of these up and coming players.
And Cam's
Hasn't
nutshell.
quite
I'm not
fulfilled
buying
the potential.
Madueke for 52 million either. Yes, bad deal. We know that it's a
Very
bad deal. Are we waiting on someone to say it's a bad deal? I hear you, but I'm waiting until teams get closer, whether that's through add-ons or whatever. We got to reset. No, we don't have to reset we sell the bad players because they're dreadful, and then we need the money to buy new players. So we wait till the end of the window, sell these players and replace them with who can. This makes no sense whatsoever. This makes zero sense because we need this money to buy players. So if we wait till the end of the window, you know what then happens? Teams are then going to charge us more. And then you're going to say, well, we can't pay him because we're paying a premium. This is why you do your business early. This makes no sense. Wait for what?
Because you struggle at the back end.
All Garnacho's price is doing now is going down.
Oh, yeah.
You think we're getting more money for him when people... What? His price is going down. Anthony's price is going down. The longer you keep him, price is going down. The longer we keep them, the more their price drops. Why am I spending big? If I'm not going to pay you 40 million for him now, why on August the 30th am I going to give you 40 million? Make this make sense to me because I'm lost.
You still need to fill. So the longer you wait to sell, and if you sell close to the deadline, then someone is saying, well, now you need to fill. So now you've lost on the sale and you're going to lose on the buy as well. Because I'm going to say, well, if you want this guy to fill the spot that you just left by selling Garnacho for 25 million, you're going to pay me 45 million because now you've got 2 days left before the winner's close. And you need a man for that position.
Make it make sense.
So you got to decide.
My guy. Yeah.
Take that haircut up front and get him through the door and make room for the players that you can bring in.
Yes. And even on Garnacho, he's pure profit.
Oh, yeah. Even if it's just 25 million.
Yeah, because he only costs 500K and on PSR, he's a youth player. So if you get 30 million for him, that's great money. What are we doing here, Cam? This makes no sense. Reset the market. All right, cool. So then we go and sell. I'm lost. I don't understand the logic. No, I'm lost at this. Makes no sense. I'm sorry. This makes no sense. Like, I've lost. So we're going to get more money for Garnacho later on in the window. All right.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah.
But let's say for argument's sake you do. Let's just say for argument's sake you do. You're still at the same spot. Because you've got more money and you still got buy.
Yeah. And then they're going to charge us more.
Need to buy. Yeah.
Make this make sense. Cams, please explain. I'm lost, man. I have no idea. You talking about resetting. It's a great deal because they're terrible. What are we talking about? Where are you expecting us to finish next year, even with buys? This will help me understand why we look at. No. Explain to me how holding on to Garnacho works. Waiting. Please explain. So you think we get more money for Garnacho later on in the window? Why? Explain that to me. And then we got to go replace these players who they're then going to charge us more. What are we doing? Explain that to me, please. With the buyers, I want us to improve. That's the point I'm making. You sell these players and then bring in better players. So if you sell Garnacho for a certain fee, you go get Emi Martinez, for example, just using that as a name. And instantly we're a better side. We've already replaced Garnacho. So please explain to me why waiting in the window, how we get more money at the back end of the window. It's harder to sell Garnacho and Anthony though. Hey, Baz, I just need an answer to my question. All you're bringing me is problems. What is the solution in your opinion? All you're bringing me is problems and questions. I'm asking you a question, Baz. How do Manchester United solve this issue? Or do you think this issue is unsolvable? If that's the case, we don't need to continue having a conversation then. If you don't think so either you have a solution or solutions, or you think that this can't be solved and it's an unsolvable situation Manchester United are in, please let me know. Exactly that. You wouldn't hold on to bad shares, hoping they come good. Bad players, move them on. What are we doing? I don't think we have to bother with replacing Garnacho. I agree with that. The same way we have to pay more. If a team like Napoli looks at him and says we really need him, fuck him, well played. But they're saying they don't. That's the problem, Cam. They're saying that Napoli have gone on and signed a winger. They signed someone else.
But even if
Napoli
does, he said he doesn't want Napoli though. He doesn't want Napoli either, right?
And even if he don't, that's a whole different thing. The club should force him. Hey, you know what? We're going to accept this bid, and then if you don't stay, if you stay, you're not going to play. And it's a World Cup year, so you stay and sit out. He's going to make that move. So, Cam, please explain to me why we get more money for him at the end of the window. That's what I don't get. I'm lost. Karis, you have a player fighting his team on social media and expect a premium fee for him. And here the thing is, Karis, 30 million is a premium fee because he's terrible. He's dreadful. That's what makes no sense. If Chelsea was selling him for 30 million, man would be sat in here in the chat talking about how can Chelsea sell him for 30 million. He's dreadful. This what makes no sense to me. He's awful. And man want a premium fee for him, this is a premium fee. If we sell him for 30 million, deal of the window. I think I woke up the little one. Jesus Christ. I don't get it. If Chelsea was selling someone the level of Garnacho, we'd praise it. But we want 50, 60 million for him. Why? Okay. That's my loss. Please explain it. Okay, I'm using this as an example. So this is my point. He also wants to play for Argentina. There will be a team that wants him. I think we get 40 and wait. I think we get the so if we get even though I disagree, we get the 40. How much does it cost to then use that money? Because we need that money to buy other areas of the team. So we can't get 40 for him now, but we'll get 40 for him later on. Why? Please explain to me why, Cams, I'm lost. Why do we don't get 40 for him now in June or July, but August we get 40 for him? Why? Please explain why. Based off when that's never happened. I've never seen big deals late on in the window with a player who wants to leave. The reason why the Sancho deal was so bad because we did this nonsense. We waited till the end of the window and had to take that bad deal from Chelsea. Okay, so you wait until Jan or next year, time to take the long road, bro. I don't think how about we just sell him? Why are you so adamant on keeping a terrible player who we could just sell for 20, 25 million? A player you've admitted you wouldn't buy. So there's a player you wouldn't buy, Cam, but you wouldn't sell him for 20, 25 million. Please make me understand that logic. A player let me repeat this, a player you would not buy, but you don't want to sell him for 20, 25 million. Because clearly that's a great fee if it's a player you don't rate enough to even buy in the first place. Okay, and I ask you this question again. Why can we get 40 million? Based off of what? If we can't get 40 now, why can we get 40 later? Please explain. Hit me with the logic, because you're a sensible individual. You're an intelligent guy who understands the game. Please explain to me why we can't get 40 now, but we can get 40 in the summer. 40 in August. Why? Based off of what? Because this is around the fee that we supposedly want now. Like you said, where are the bids? But all of a sudden, these magical bids
has to be one of these domino effects. Now, it has to be a domino effect. Cam has to be thinking there's a domino effect. Some player is a movement somewhere that causes something that leaves a gap that Garnacho is going to fill somewhere else. Maybe. I don't know.
Napoli already signed the left winger. Chelsea signed the left winger. Villa are probably going to sign the left winger. All his stocks are going
Villa
is driving
spot,
down.
right?
Yeah, Villa was the other spot. They interested.
Yeah.
But Chelsea, we seen they signed Bino Gittins and they're in for Javi Simmons. Napoli signed the left winger. So where's he going? If we were smart, we do business with Villa. So again, why can we get 40? Please explain why we can't get 40 now, but we can get 40 next month. Why are teams going to be desperate for Garnacho? Like you said to me, where are the bids? I'll use your words that you said. And Baz, don't think I forgot. I want my solution, my guy. Here we go. I would tell them all for cheap, but just cut our losses. But we have to sell to buy, so we have to somehow get money for them to reinvest the squad. So if we're selling them for cheap, why can't we use that money to reinvest in the squad then, Baz? Here's the solution. You've got that. Because selling them for cheap, let's say we sell them all for, let's say it's 20 million. We sell the 4 of them for 20 million. So we get 8 EMs. You telling me you can't go and get 2 players for 80 million? I think teams look at us like chumps, and I believe some teams will look at him as an opportunity. He doesn't need to be 40 up front, but 30 and 15 for a team believes he's got potential, will risk. I don't think teams look at us like chumps. They're the chumps for taking him because it's a player you wouldn't buy. Because if we were signing Garnacho, you would kick off. If we were signing Garnacho for 30 plus 50 million, you would kick off. So why is it not a good deal for us? All right. Okay. Make it make sense.
This is the suffering that Aaron's talking about. See? This is the suffering.
Come, make it make sense to me. It's a player you wouldn't buy, but selling him for cheap. I mean, selling him for quote unquote cheap is not good business. Please explain that to me. It's not cheap selling him for that price. 30 million for him is great. If it's Saudi, that's different with Anthony. Saudi, you can charge a premium. Why is 30 million for a player you wouldn't buy not a good deal? Please explain that to me. Scratch that. Why is 20 million for a player you wouldn't buy not a good deal? Please explain that to me. Please answer that question. I'm lost. I'm super lost by the logic. I don't understand it. A player you would not buy if he was available. Why is selling him for 20 million not a good deal? Bear in mind, it's not straight for straight because we can spend more with PSR as well, by the way. Yeah. Okay, so I'm lost at this. I wouldn't buy Scott McTominay. So how did we sell him for too little if you wouldn't buy him? There's a sucker for every day. What's 30 to you before you're 50 to someone else? Here's the crazy part. No one's with. I think people would put in 30 for him. We trying to sell him for 40, 50. Where are the bids? I'm lost, Cam. I don't get how you can sell a player for cheap. There's no cheap if you wouldn't buy him. Because anything's good for him if you wouldn't buy him. All right. See, I disagree with this, Joseph. Not the first part. Big up for the super chat. Because you said Garnacho is garbage. I agree with that. Can't be sold anywhere. No. Because there's been bids for him. Napoli tried to sign him.
People do recycling. Joseph, big up. There's always somebody willing to do recycling.
Word to pops. Always. Every pot has a cover.
Yeah, we go.
Every pot has a cover. Chelsea are interested. Villa are interested.
Oh my days!
Because homie went and absolutely smashed it. You got to use that after the fact. You didn't expect him to do that. It was unexpected. So do you expect Garnacho to go and smash it? No. So what are we talking about here? There's no potential, Cam. What does Garnacho do well? What does he excel at? Please tell me. What does Garnacho excel at? Please tell me. Since you're saying there's potential, we ain't just going to use words. What does he excel at? Please let me know. Because I keep hearing this. At least with McTominay, we knew he could score goals. because we'd seen evidence of that for us. So him scoring goals is not crazy. And it's great money for him still. But man, just take one season and think, what happens if he flops next season? Is it all of a sudden a great deal then? Please let me know, Cam. What does Garnacho excel at? This going to be good. This going to be good. You lot continue to run up the likes, hit the subscribe button as well.
You dip
Don't
the
get
price,
this.
he's gone, man. You dip that price, he's gone. You dip it, he's gone.
Literally.
Trust me.
If we just sold him, if we just
Dip
said, hey, he's
price.
available 30 million, which is a phenomenal deal, but this is a player 99.9% of us wouldn't buy. So to sell a player we wouldn't buy for 30 million is great. If Chelsea sold Garnacho for 30 million, we'd praise them. We'd say
you need a yard sale. You need a yard sale, and that's the truth. And too many of your
answer my
fans
question, Cam. You said Garnacho has potential. What does he excel at? That's not being an Argentine international is not excelling. That's just something he is. What does he excel at? You're a terrible salesman. What does he sell at? What does he excel at? 21, room to grow. Great. He's 21. That's not excelling. That just there's millions of there's thousands of players who are 21. What does he excel at? Big up Eddie in the chat as well. Ask you a simple question. On the football pitch, what does he do well? Okay. He's direct. What else?
He's direct. Wow.
He's direct. What else?
Jeez.
Don't worry, I'll wait. We got time. Hey, Pops, if you need to bounce at any time, do feel free.
He's direct. No, I'm looking forward to this. I want to see the rest of this.
Yeah, this is what I have to deal with on a daily basis.
This is the suffering that Amri was talking about, man.
Yeah, I have to deal with this.
Guys, it's yard sale time, man. It's yard sale time. Remember that fridge that you wanted to sell that doesn't have a plug on it? You just put it out front. Somebody gives you a couple $100 and they'll put the plug on it and see if it works. Just get rid of it. You want it gone, get rid of it. Just get rid of it. We've all had some of these. We've all had that player that you said to yourself, yeah, it's time for him to go. And you know what? You let him go. Whatever it is. 10.2 million, whatever.
That's the craziest part. This is the craziest part. We actually getting money for him. People are willing. The fact that people are willing to buy him baffles my mind. I can't believe there's this many clubs interested in him. But cool, sell him. So he's direct. We got one. When it's direct to quality flawless, when the player is absolutely shit and offers nothing, that's when it's a quality.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
That's when you're scraping LSD side. You know,
like when you ask a man if a girl's good looking and he says she's got a nice personality, tells you all you need to know. You don't even have to ask no more questions.
She's really intelligent.
Yes. If you ask your virgin, oh, is she pretty? And he goes, she's really nice. You got your answer. Been there. A man try to bring me on some bullshit missions. I already know what it is. Oh, I'm going to see this girl. She got a brethren. What's the friend look like? Is she good looking? She's nice. I'll leave that. Oh, you just being that. You're on your own with that one.
She's all right.
Yeah, you know what it is. Know what it is. Don't worry, Cam. I ain't going nowhere. We waiting, man. What else does he excel at? Because you said he got potential.
Cam, going to the thesaurus and all that, looking through, turning the pages. Come on.
You got potential.
Jess says personality matters. It does, Jess. It
does. No. Again, we're not doing all of this.
Here we go.
Cam, what does he excel at? Don't give me decent or average.
He's a decent dribbler. Above
that's not excelling. That's not. What does he excel at? Bro, we know he's not good. Okay, then. So if he's not good, why are we asking for premium price for him?
Then let him go. Let him go.
Literally, man just said, bro, we know he's not good. Exactly my point. So therefore, 25, 30 million pounds for a player who's not good is great business. How is it not? We are not Chelsea. We are not Liverpool. We are not negotiating from a position of power. What are we doing here? What? Yeah, I got my answer. Because you told me he had potential. Now he don't have no potential. So man, just be saying anything in the chat. Prime example. People just be talking for talking.
You could have spun it though. If you win the Europa League and he scores the winner, you can spin it quick, hot off the press. Champion, winner. You go.
If he doesn't excel at anything, there's no potential.
That's what you sell it as potential. Oh my day.
40 is a premium for a player who excels at nothing.
40 ain't a premium.
40 is a
He's
premium
effectively
for
free.
him.
Everything's a premium for him. Everything. Yes, so whatever it is, he's everything. He's virtually free.
So it is a premium.
He came free. He's not good. Whatever you get is a premium.
Eddie says, because we find him trash don't mean we should. I'm not saying tell him anything, Eddie. I'm saying 25, 30 million is quality for him. That's a great fee. He's not mediocre. He's not mediocre. You just told me he excels, that he doesn't excel at anything, so he's not mediocre. What we talking about here, Cam? What mediocre players have you seen go for more? He's not mediocre.
You know what's funny? Harvey Elliott has been rumored for around 40 million. Garnacho's as good as Harvey Elliott.
Man just told me he's not good at anything, that he's mediocre. How is he mediocre?
He's an Argentinian international.
How is he? So he's not mediocre. What? What are we doing here?
Elanga and Gittins are his level, Eddie says. I don't agree with that.
Actually, I don't agree with that. But here the thing is, Elanga, again, I think they pay too much for Elanga. But Forest were negotiating from a position of power. Dortmund were negotiating from a position of power. We are not. We're not negotiating from a position of... Okay, what does he do mediocre then? What is he okay at then?
Dribbling. What's
he mediocre at, Cam? That's what I want to know.
Dribbling. Mediocre at? Cam said dribbling. Cam said dribbling before.
Oh, so dribbling, earlier. We got one. Okay, so we got one. Yeah. So dribbling, what else? What else? Please let me know.
That's a fact, Jess. Elanga did have
Bear in mind, Elanga was coming off a good season.
Yeah?
Bear in mind, Elanga was coming off a good season as well for Forest. He had a good season and helped Forest finish in the Conference League spot. They finished 7th. He helped them go from 17
them in position for Champions League, arguably, innit?
Yeah, they was top.
If you're looking at that, yeah, they were in that spot.
So Cam, what's he mediocre at? Yeah. So what's he mediocre at? That's what I want to know. I'll go all night for this. Out of time, so we can do the stats. We gonna stand everyone on their word. So if he's mediocre, then all right. So what's he mediocre at? Because we gonna destroy this myth of how bad this man is.
Yeah, Gittins was a keeper. Dortmund didn't have to sell, so they took the best price.
That's the point I made. Same way with you lot with Ekatike. Is Ekatike worth that price? No. You know what I'm saying? Nah. So, all right. So he's mediocre at take-ons, dribble-ons, cool. Dribble, cool. What else? What else is he mediocre at? What else is he mediocre at?
Goals.
We got one.
Goal
take-ons
scoring.
and dribbling's the same thing. I hope he don't say goal scoring. I hope he don't say, because we got the numbers on the goal scoring. We know what it is. We know what it is. What are we doing? For man asking me about Omari Hutchinson, ain't watched him like that. So I can't really comment. I've not watched him like 5 games live. Seems like a good player, yes. But no, I've not watched him like that. Omari Hutchinson.
Ipswich?
Yeah, Ipswich. Yeah, he's at Ipswich. So I can't really comment. It'd be unfair. But again, Cam, so he's mediocre at take-ons. What else? Because he's a mediocre player, there should be a long-ass list. They shouldn't be taking this long. Because if I asked you to do, you shouldn't be taking this long. Why is it taking so long? Again, with Gittins, I don't know a lot about Gittins to comment, but one thing I do know is Dortmund were negotiating from a position of power. Same with Ekitike to Liverpool. That's why Liverpool had to pay 80 million for him. Is he worth 80 million? No. But guess what? Frankfurt were like, you want the player, you're going to pay the premium. That's why they're paying the premium for him. How good he is, we'll see. No. We're using your definition. Now man wants to find. We're using your definition. You said this counts. So hit me with it. Your definition of mediocre. Don't use mine or Pop's or anyone else in the chat. Because man say these things and have nothing to back it up. You said he's a mediocre player. Give me his mediocre attributes and can't name them. I've been asking you now for like 5-10 minutes. If he was mediocre, you got a list just like that. If I tell you a player's good, I'm listing his attributes. He's good at this. He's good at this. He does this. He does this. He does this. So please explain to me. You tell me, because before it was he has potential. Well, or he don't excel at nothing and he's not good. So he has no potential then. Well, he's mediocre players go for me. I go for more. Okay, well, if he's mediocre, tell me. What's his attributes? Please tell me. Alanga got 6 in 38 in terms of goals. Garnacho got, 1 second, I'll tell you now. Garnacho got, same. Garnacho matched him. So the Garnacho got 6 in 36. Alanga got 6 in 38. I don't know about assists though. I'm going to tell you now.
That's the key one there, though.
I'll tell you now in terms of assists. Give me 1 second. I'll pull up both their assist numbers.
6 in 38. That's crazy though. 6 goals and yes, that's what 50 plus million.
Yeah, and he's that, and again, that's a great deal for Forest.
11.
So
11.
Garnacho. Wait,
Yes,
there we go. That's the difference. There we go. So
yeah,
one
that's
got
the difference.
6 and 2.
It has to be.
One got 6 and 11. There's the difference.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jess.
So
one got 6 and
18
2.
and 38.
One got 6 and 11. That's why. So we got 18 GNA and 38.
That's a contribution every other game, basically.
Playing for Nottingham Forest. So yeah, that's the difference. Bear in mind, I don't think Alanga is worth 55 million. But Forest were like, we don't have to sell
not even close. But that's the premium, though. You're paying the premium because you want him. We don't have to sell him. Yeah. And you're not in the premium position to say we don't have to sell Garnacho. Yeah. That's the differential.
Hey, Cams.
That's 15 million easy in difference.
We're saying the league. Don't hit us with all comps. We're saying the league, and I still want, and we're not moving off of it. I still want what's Garnacho's mediocre at. What's his mediocre attributes? Because you said he's a mediocre player. So what's he mediocre at? I want to know. Because I know you know the answer and I know the answer. So I'm just going to keep asking you till you answer it. What's he mediocre at? Please tell me. Mediocre players have gone for more. So what's he mediocre at? Name me the attributes that he's mediocre at. We got take-ons. That's it. That's it. I'll get to it, Eddie. I'm asking Cam specifically because he said he's mediocre. So I want to know what he's mediocre at. Forget the 10 in all comps. Cam's, what's he mediocre at? What's he mediocre at?
From Brentford Hutchinson.
What's he mediocre at? That's all I want to know. What's he mediocre at? That's it. And the man mentioned Amari Hutchinson. Where's he at currently? Who's his current side? He's at Ipswich.
Ipswich. Just got
relegated. So he stayed. He's still at Ipswich. Yeah, he's still there. Okay.
Yeah.
First.
But they're not desperate to sell either, though. So as much as they're in the championship, they're not going to want to sell their best player because 35 million is not going to be worth what they can get if they win, or better yet, if they win the playoff. If they win the playoff, that's 100 million in that one game. So if they come back up,
there we go. So do I sell him for 35 million now, or do I keep him and go, hey, we can go up to the Premier League and get 150?
I'll come up.
Or 200 or however much it is.
Exactly.
And then if he performs half decent in the Prem, we can then sell him for more than that 35.
Yeah.
So again, Kams, I'll ask you the question, what's he mediocre at? What's his mediocre attributes? I go all night, I'm up early anyway. So I'll take the youngster to school, so that's calm. So I'll just keep asking. Mediocre players have gone for more. So what's he mediocre at then? Because we established that he don't have potential because he excels at nothing. So remove the potential part. What does he excel at? All this stuff, because his price is magically going to go up in a month's time.
Don't forget, reset the market. Don't forget that part.
Yes, we got to reset the market. But selling our bad players for great money is not good business, because it's great money for them. Bear in mind, Alanga, I think, was overpayment. Madueke was overpayment. Bino Gittins, for what he did in terms of numbers, was overpayment. Hugo Ekitike, I think, was overpaid. Do not get that misunderstood, people. I think those 4 players I just mentioned, the buying clubs paid too much. But guess what? The selling clubs, where they're negotiating from the A side, they didn't have to sell. Now, if the play wanted out and they'd fallen out and all this, it'd be much cheaper. Zero, it's just all talks, Eddie. The only deal that we got the one in January was 40 million from Napoli. And this is before he continued his bad run of form. This is before he wore the Garnacho, wore the Villa shirt for what's it called? Rashford on the back. This is before this is before he said what he said after the Europa League final, talking about it's disappointing not to be playing in Red Turtle. This is before. All right, so goal scoring, we got 2. To anything else, what else is he mediocre at? Cool. Average wins is mid-tier between 6 and 13. Right, so what else does he? So we got 2. Goal scoring and take-ons. What else is he mediocre at? Please let me know. We got 2. What else? Because I think there's a huge difference between 6 and 13, but that's just me. Oof. There's a huge difference between a winger who gets 6 goals and a winger that gets 13 goals. But we'll get to that once we get to the end of this. We're going to assess this. So we got 2. We got there in the end. We're 20 minutes in. We've got 2 things he's mediocre at. So what else is he mediocre at? Because we've established he's good at nothing. Your words, Cam. So he's good at nothing. So let's remove great, good, elite off the table. We're now at mediocre and average. And we got 2 things. So what else is he good at? No, sorry. Let me clarify that. What else is he mediocre at? Before I never have to have this conversation about what a player is mediocre at. But here we are, people. God of Mary says, you think there's a small chance he ends up staying? We're definitely stupid enough to keep him, yes. There's definitely a possibility. Even though the manager said you better pray that a club can find you and all this rubbish. Let's add all this into it as well. Bear in mind, this is a player that Cam wouldn't buy himself. Just to clarify that. So man's telling you, hey, go wife that girl and have kids with her, but he wouldn't sleep with her. That's what he's telling you to do. I'm saying he wouldn't go on a date with her, but he's telling you, yo, you go get married to her and have kids and da-da-da and the whole 9. This is the equivalent of that. That's why my brethren try to ask me up about certain things. Oh, she's lang, this, that. All right, you go chat to her then. Nah, exactly. The reason why. She that lang, you won't be here talking to me. You try to gas me up on some foolishness. No, I'm too smart for that. So again, Cam, mediocre. Right. We got take-ons and we've got goal scoring. What else?
Goals.
We got them 2. Yeah, don't wake up your baby. I ain't trying to wake up my younger either. I'm not trying to wake up my niece either. Okay, so he's dribbling, goal scoring, chance creating. Got you 3. What else? What else? chances created, goal scoring, dribbling. What else? And can someone find me? Can someone put Garnacho's dribbling stats in the chat, please? Because since he's used chance creation, because he created 37, someone put Garnacho's dribbling stats in the chat, please. I beg. Someone do that. I'm saying. Cool. I didn't even dispute the chances created. I didn't even dispute it. I just need is he mediocre at? We just getting the list together. We compiling the list. We're doing the scouting report right here, United Liverpool Pod, Barbados edition with Beijing Reds TV. Alejandro Garnacho's dribbling success rate in the Premier League is relatively low, with a rate of 32.1% in the 24-25 season. So if it's 32.1%, I wouldn't. If it's low, where does that fall on the list, A. Solomon? Or if anyone else can find out. Let me know where that is on the list. If he's 32% of the time, he has a dribbling success. Because then we can determine whether it's mediocre or not. Like we did with the chance created. Let's find the other performers. What's everyone else's dribbling success rate? Why am I acting like I ain't got Google here? One sec. You lot find it. I'm going to look too. Hold up. Right. Let's see this. Let's see this.
It's Rasmus's fault.
All right. Blame that. That's not what we asked again. So he's above mediocre. So he's good at chance creating, right? So we got one. So he's good, but that's not why I asked. So we got chance creating, we got dribbling, and we've got goal scoring. So they're the three. All right. So where we at? Dribbles. I'm just pulling these things. I'm just pulling because I've got the numbers up here in dribbling success rate. I need it in that list. I need it. Dribbling success. There we go. Again, there we go. 89 dribbles completed, 26 dribble success rate, 29.2%. Noted as the lowest among Premier League players with sensitivity plus. So he's the lowest. So he's not mediocre because he's bottom of the list. So let's strike dribbling and take-ons off the list. So we've got goal scoring, chance created. Where else is he mediocre at? This is why I'm glad you brought, because I got stats too. Because I already knew the answer to this. I just needed the full number. I already knew he was lowest. So I've had this conversation many a time surrounding him. Nah, he's the lowest. Flawless wingers fall between. So if 35 to 45 is the average, that's mediocre. He falls below mediocre. So therefore, he's not mediocre, right? If you're telling me most fall between 35 and 45%, if he's at 29.2%, that means below you're below average. So you're not mediocre. No, it's not. So 32. No, it's not. It's not 32%. It's not. It's not mediocre. If most fall between 30 and 45, that's average. You're telling me in your own words that's the average. So he's falling below the average, which means you're below mediocre. So it's not mediocre. What are we talking about here?
Baz has got the answer. It's Amarin anyway. He said it didn't help that Amarin made it public knowledge that he wanted to get rid of him. Should have kept it under wraps. That killed his price.
That's a whole different conversation.
As everyone knows, he was desperate to sell. Yeah. That takes away the power that you have as a selling club when you know that the player wants out, the club wants him out, everybody wants him out.
I know I got the number. You know why? Because we've had this. Me and Sai have had this conversation. That's why. I've had this conversation on the channel. So I keep asking you, Cam, what else is he mediocre at? You said yourself he's between most wingers fall between 35 and 45. So if you fall below that, that means you're below the average. Even if he was 33, you are below the average. So he's at 32%, which is the lowest when it comes to wingers. I know this because I've had this conversation. He's the lowest when it comes to wingers. Mediocre and average is the same thing. It's the same thing. Substandard. Thank you, Jez. So what we doing here? So he's mediocre. And where did you get your numbers from, Cam? What site? And again to it, what else is he mediocre at? Because we've dispelled the myth about dribbling, so we've got chance creating and goal scoring. What else? What else is he mediocre at? What else is he mediocre at? Because we got two things. Blessings, Jazz. I'm pulling this up now.
Figure out, Jazz.
Absolutely outrageous. Nah, yeah, I asked you to argue your point. No. Forget the vigor. Answer the question. You said he's mediocre. What else is he mediocre at? Simple question. I don't duck no questions, so you ain't ducking no questions here. What else is he mediocre at? Yeah, I'm just looking at it right now. Yeah.
Mediocre would be an upgrade, actually. Mediocre would be an upgrade. Would it be an improvement? He's bad, man.
Facts. I think even calling him mediocre is. And just to clarify, mediocre means of average quality. So he falls under it by the definition of it. Mediocre, you're average.
He's below that.
Is he better than Elliott? No. He is 40 M's. No, he's not better than Elliott. No. Why is he better than Harvey Elliott?
But he's not. But also, even if he is, for argument's sake, the same still stands. Elliott is a Premier League champion, just won the under-21s with England, and we don't have to sell. We don't have to sell. That's just the difference. That's the premium. The premium is whether you have to sell or not. You have to sell. You have a player that wants out. You want him out. The manager wants him out. The board wants him out. The fans want him out. No one in here rates him as from a Man United context, but you want 40 million. That would work if you could say good things about him. There's nothing good that's been said about this fella. And he doesn't help himself with all the social media rubbish, the Rashford shirt and all that garbage, the interview posts, the Europa League final. Oh, I need more time. Disappointed. That sort. Doesn't help. And the manager saying what? Pray that he finds a club. Pray.
Yes.
You understand what I say? The manager says, pray you find a club. The buyers are saying, okay, cool. I'm waiting for the fire sale because he has to go. So 40, no. We're waiting. And this is an auction in reverse. He's not going to the highest bidder. They're just waiting. 20. Yeah, I'll go 20. I'll go 21. I'll go 22. It's not going to go up. You might find a sucker who gives you 30, maybe. But 40, highly unlikely.
And to Bazu says, I get that he's shit, but why does Villa, Spurs, and Chelsea want him if he's terrible? The same reason that Arsenal signed Madueke. Clubs make bad decisions. Mm-hmm. That's why. That's why when you say you get why do clubs want him? Clubs make bad decisions. Because we'll sit here, Baz, and you'll say, and others will say, this player they got this amount for. Like Cam said, mediocre players go for more because clubs make bad decisions. That's why.
But how bad is the decision if they pay 20? So for you, you might say, yeah, that's horrible. It's 20. For them, they might say, well, it's 20. 20 is a throwaway. Chelsea, 20 to Chelsea. That's a throwaway. Right. That's effectively a free transfer. So they'd buy him for 20 and it wouldn't mean anything to them. Oh, yeah, whatever. We just sold Madueke for 50 anyway. So we're replacing our 50 with a 20. He's young. I don't know. Maybe they're going to do the camera and say he has potential, but it's 20 million. If it doesn't work out, he's young enough that you know what? We can sell him again because Napoli wanted him as well. So you still have a market for him. And if you're in a different situation from a Chelsea standpoint, they're the Club World Cup winners. Let's say they do something else next season and they're supposed to be in contention. All of a sudden, Garnacho as a squad member comes on and scores an odd goal here or there. You know what? That 40 million that you want is now available to Chelsea. And you're saying, oh, look, we sold it for 20 and Chelsea got 40. Different position.
And to Jay, you said Chelsea don't want him. Stop including us for clicks. Where did I include you lot for clicks? Please let me know. It's reported that you're interested, but where did I say Chelsea want him for clicks? Please let me know where that is.
Yeah, we said you were. Yeah. You were interested. That's what they said.
Yeah. Please let me know where it is
for
clicks.
Probably not at 40. I don't think any of the clubs that are listed as were interested are going to be interested at 40 million though. Interested in the player? Yes. 40 million? No, we're not interested in that part.
Nah, just Cams believes this rubbish he's saying because we've had this conversation before. He's got the 2 attributes. So we got there in the end. You know what I'm saying in that. All right, cool. Yeah. Well, Jay expressed that. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the media. Well, explain that then. If you're talking about the media, state that you're talking about the media. You just said stop using us for clicks. So I'm going to presume you're talking about me.
Oh, okay.
What else? Because you're in the chat. Okay. Go talk to the media then. Go tweet that out or put it on your socials. Don't tell me what you're telling the media. It's nothing to do with me. That's between you and them. He's got the 2 attributes. So we got there. So we got there in the end. That so he's not a mediocre player then, Cam. If he's only got 2 attributes that he's mediocre at and everything else is terrible, he's not a mediocre player, is he? So how much should we sell a poor player for?
40 million.
Please let me know, Cam, because we've addressed now that he has no potential, which you said he does, and then we established he's not. Now we've established he's not mediocre. So if he's not a mediocre player, how much can we sell a poor player for then? Because you've addressed that he's poor. So how much? Please let me know, Cam. Because we've established now by your metrics, by your answers to your questions, it took us long enough, but we got the answers in the end. So by your answers, what is he worth? Because he's a poor player. He excels at nothing. He has no potential. And he has 2 things he's mediocre at. Everything else is terrible. So what are we doing here? To Jay, it's because we mentioned Garnacho, but Fez. Who knows, Jay? Because you're in my comment section, so I've presumed you was talking to me because you didn't at nobody. But fair enough if you say what you're saying. Fair enough. But Chelsea are still interested, by the way. So that's just a myth in itself because Romano tweeted this a few days ago that he's on your list. So you're interested, unless Romano's lying. Which is, I don't know why he would. Go search on the 12 and type it in and you'll see it. He's on Chelsea's list and has been on your list. That's why his agent was at Stamford Bridge literally in January or February and took the picture of being at the bridge. So you lot are interested. I think he's low down. Has to be done, Hassan, because too many people talk in the chat with no consequences. And I can't do it. So I want a level playing field. Because I can't do this. Because anytime I've been wrong, I've been reminded, and I've been wrong a hell of a lot. I get reminded of it, and I hold hey, I called that wrong. But everything I say, whether it was right or wrong, there's logic behind it. I can give you reasoning. I don't give you my feelings and what I think's going. I don't give you my feelings and what I want to happen. Okay, poor player now could still have potential to be better than Alanga was absolutely trash for. So he's a poor. So how much did we sell Alanga for?
There we go.
He was a poor player. Now we're getting somewhere. So in your words, Alanga was a poor player. You was happy with the Alanga price. How much did we sell Alanga for? How much did we sell him for?
25. 25 million, Jess says.
Okay. Poor player. So if it's okay for Alanga, who's a poor player, for 25 million, why is it not okay for Garnacho?
Because the market's different now, Flawless. Come on.
And you know what you do if you're smart, like we did with Alanga? You sell him and put a percentage of the sale on, like we did with Alanga. So we got money from that Newcastle deal. We got, I think, 11 million
20
or 12
million.
million or whatever it was.
5 add-ons,
something like that.
plus a sell-on clause. Do it that way. 20 million,
No,
5 billion.
it's not about It's not about standing on the opinion, Cam. I want answer to my question. Was the Alanga price, if the Alanga price was okay and he's a poor player, why is 25 million not okay for Garnacho?
Oh, no. 15 million, Jay says. It was 15. 15 million, 25 euro.
15. Okay, 15 million. So more. So if Alanga's okay at if Alanga's okay at 15 million and he's a poor player, why is 25 not for Garnacho? Okay. I think, but personally, as we understand, don't use the word potential because he has no potential, because he has nothing. There's no potential. We've established that. You can't use that word. We established that. Because when I asked you what his potential is, you couldn't give me an answer. We've established. He excels at nothing. He's good at nothing. He's mediocre at goal scoring and chance created. And everything else is poor. So we've established that. So why is 15 million okay for Alanga, but 25 million not for Garnacho when they're both poor players? Because we're going to get more. Alanga was 15. So we can get 10 million more for Garnacho. Or 15 million more. Is that not fair? Yeah, it was 50 million. So why is it not fair? If we can double the price, because Garnacho would be double the price Alanga was. And they're both two poor players, but you think Garnacho's better. Cool. So why is it not fair if we're getting double the price if they're both poor? Okay, because in my opinion, Garnacho has more potential. Go on.
But if he has more potential, then put the money in the sell on then.
Yes,
you think it's so much about potential. Sell him for whatever and make the sell on higher.
And I ask you again, potential to do what? We established he excels at nothing. You don't believe he has the only good attribute he has is chance created. That's it. So a man has one good attribute and he has potential. I'll ask you again, since we're using the word potential. Potential of what? What is he going to do so much for? Tell me. What attributes? What are the attributes that he has potential in? Please let me know. All right, here we go. But that opinion based, I think he has the potential to be double-digit scorer in the league every season with assists. That's my answer. So that's enough then. So he can be a 10 and 10 player. Based off of what? He can be a 10 and 10 player. Based off of what? What are we basing this on? What technical, physical, what attributes on the football field are we basing this off that he can be a 10 and 10 player?
Cam told you he believed, Flawless. He believed.
Again, feelings. It is just feelings. Because there's no substance to back this up whatsoever. He can be 10 and 10. Why?
When?
Based off of what? He can be a 10 and 10 player. Never been nowhere near that in his life. Has he been a 20 GNA man? In the league we're talking about, because you said specifically in the league. He's 6 and 2, and then I think 7 and 2 or something like that. So what else? Please let me know as to why. Well, if that's the case, that Garnacho has more potential than Alanga, why are teams flooding in United? Because teams know he's not worth the money we're talking about. So if I think Garnacho can do that, I'm telling I what I believe is. No, I'm asking you to explain why. I don't deal with beliefs and how you feel. I'm asking you to break it down with substance. I don't deal with feelings, Cam. I'm not fussed. I don't care about your feelings or Pops's feelings or Jez's feelings or anybody else's feelings. We're here talking football. Don't give me feelings, give me substance. I think he can do this. I think he can be 10 and 10 because his shooting is exceptional. His passing is exceptional. His footballing IQ is exceptional. He's a fantastic crosser of the ball. All right. So based on 6 and 7 in a terrible United side, go to a side that's better. Why can't he have 3 or 4? I never said 10 assists, by the way. Just said assists. You said 10. You said double digit scorer in the league every season. So okay, so I give you more credit. How many assists? How many assists? What are we talking about here? Who does he start for, Cams? I'll flip that. Who's he? Well, I'll run it back to the usual one. Let's run it back from there. I'm going to go here and to Eddie and Jez. No, I don't care about you man's feelings when it comes to this. Put the Premier League, the Reds camp. We're going to put the Premier League sides who got relegated back into the Premier League. And then we're going to remove the sides who have been promoted and put them back in the Championship. So we're putting Leicester, we're putting Ipswich, and we're putting Southampton back in the Premier League. What starting left winger is he better than? Again, let me repeat that. Starting left winger, is he better than from last season, from the season 24-25? Because you're saying go to a side that's better. Okay, who does he start for then? And I know you said you didn't say 10 assists, you just said the assists. So, okay, who does he start for? Brennan Johnson put up them numbers. Brennan Johnson got 11 and 5. Is he good? If we're doing that. Brennan Johnson got like let me see how many assists he got. This is where we just dispel myths that yeah. Okay. Brennan Johnson. Let me do this. Big up Hassam in the chat as well. Because we're gonna pull up Brennan Johnson's numbers, man. Because Brennan Johnson put up numbers as well. And I wouldn't pay 40 million for him. Brennan Johnson got 11 goals and 3 assists. So that's double-digit goals and assists in a terrible Tottenham Hotspur side that finished 17th. And I wouldn't pay 40 million for Brennan Johnson. And neither would you. Or 30 million for Brennan Johnson. If he was moving from Spurs right now, we wouldn't spend 30. And he was in a terrible side that was worse than us. They finished 17th. No, Cam, answer my question. What starting left wingers is he better than from last season? From the Premier League season 24 to 25. I'm even going to pull up the league and share it. Because you said if he goes to a better team and starts. So who does he start for then? And bear in mind, I'm looking at Brennan Johnson for Forest, got 10 assists and 5 goals. So he put up 15 GNA for Nottingham Forest, who finished 17th. And then he put up 11 goals and 3 assists for Spurs that also finished 17th. So 2 terrible teams. What are we talking about here? Well, he was signed off his potential, remember? But Cam, forget all that. He was signed, yes, Brennan Johnson was a bad deal. But again, Forest were negotiating from a position of power. We are not. What are we talking about? They didn't have to sell Brennan Johnson is the point I'm making. So again, Cam, we're not dodging my question. Name the starting left wingers that he's better than from last season. Since he goes elsewhere and starts in the Premier League and puts up better numbers in a better side, who does he start for from last season? We'll just keep asking the question. No, but he's got to start. If he's putting up better numbers, he's got to start. He's not going to put up better numbers from the bench, is he? He's not putting up better numbers from the bench, so he's going to go somewhere and get worse. But I thought you said off the potential. What are we doing out here, man? So he don't start. You've answered my question. So how is he putting up better numbers elsewhere? He's not, is he? Because he don't start anywhere who has a good left winger because he's that bad. This is why you don't want to answer my question. No, it's that, people. I answer all. Pops ask me, him and Barnes torture me in the show every single week, and I answer every question they have on a weekly basis. Same with the chat. Sai with his smiling self when he calls in and he's in the chat. I don't duck no questions. Super chat, I'm not all the tough questions. But my word, I duck my questions. All right. I get it. Okay. Okay. So why is talking this? So he's going elsewhere. So we're going to sell him on the potential that he can get. All right. Okay. So if it's a bad deal, if it doesn't materialize himself, unless I gotta go watch Vikings, so I don't have time to go through all the wingers he's at. No, because he's not. That's why you've answered 4. You've written 3-4 comments and not responded. And guess what? 30 million is a bad deal for the selling club, of the buying club. If we sell him to Chelsea, it's a great deal for us. This is the point I'm making.
Perfect.
It's a great deal for us. That is the bad deal. What are we doing? He doesn't know Rashford and Martial.
Jeez.
Is he Rashford or Martial? And when did Rashford put up better numbers from the bench? When he scored 17 and 17, he was starting every week. What are we doing here? Martial, when he got his numbers, was starting week in, week out. That's the whole point I'm talking about when I say the bad deal is the 30 million. That's a bad deal for the buying club if we sell him for 30. If we sell him for 20, it's a bad deal for the buying club. This is the point you are missing. If we sell him for 20 million, that is a phenomenal deal for us because he's dreadful.
Let him stay.
Just proving my point.
Come
You're
on.
saying go find the bad deal. The bad deal's right there. Great deal for us, bad deal for the buying club. Because you don't think he's better than anybody. Yeah, if you flip him in the future, A. Solomon, that's a whole different conversation. But I'm saying for us, we sell him for 30 million, that's phenomenal business. If we sell him for 20, because Cam don't even want to answer who he's better than. Or he's going to go elsewhere and start and get better numbers. And then when Cam realized, oh, he ain't going to start anywhere, oh, he's going to get better numbers off the bench. All right. A guy who went 20 plus games without a goal is all of a sudden going to do better numbers off the bench. Okay. Right.
In a better team, Flawless. Don't forget.
In a bad team, yeah.
In a better
And
team.
what bad team? I say anything on my life. People just say anything on my life. Yo, just say anything. Cam's just my guys, but this is just what are we talking about here? All of a sudden, he gonna go elsewhere, off the bench, and pull bad numbers. All right. Okay. But, yeah. Sure. All right. But we established it. He has no potential. He has no potential. He don't excel at nothing. He's only mediocre at 2 things, which means he's not a mediocre player. It means he's a poor player. But
don't forget, he's an international.
Yeah, he's an Argentine international. And he's 21 years old.
Come on.
Yes, I would definitely get a striker, Baz. And would I go for Belieber if he was available? Yes, I'm a big fan of Belieber. And if we would have sold Bruno, we could have went and got Belieber.
That's the guy right there.
I'm saying.
That's 100 M's, though. Yeah. Belieber's 100 M's. That's the number.
Facts, yeah. And we could have easily sold Bruno and went and spent that. I'm talking about going
had all of it from
the
Saudi.
bad deal's right there. The bad deal for Garnacho is right there, people. Why can I only pick one? Baz, why can't I only pick a striker or a Belieber? Makes no sense. We're playing semantics with the mediocre word, not gonna lie. Blame Cam's, Eddie. Because you know me, I don't deal with semantics. Man deals with straight facts. That's why I said forget your feelings. Hit me with some substance. Go out there and find the back. We established eventually that the player was poor. So how is 20, 25, 30 million not a great deal for a poor player? It's a bad deal for the Bayern club. Because Cam's admitted he wouldn't sign Garnacho. But all of a sudden we can get 40 million for him. All right. I just got to stop the biasness and just call it straight down the middle. Just stop it. Rashford and Martial put better numbers from the bench. All right, okay. All right. Okay. Let's hit it all, man. See how man just go around the houses and back and say anything to get to a point. Like,
that's when you knew the argument was lost. Come on. When you reach back for Rashford and Martial as a comparison to Garnacho, you're stretching.
And I'm looking here, 31 appearances, 17 goals, no sub appearances. 17 goals, 7 assists. That was 1920.
Wow.
That was 1920. 11 goals, 9 assists, 37 appearances, only 4 off the bench. These are Rashford's best seasons, by the way. Hold up. 1 second. Is it this one? Not that one. Having 22, 23. 35 appearances, 17 goals, 5 assists, only 3 appearances off the bench. Mark is inflated, 20 to 24 is too low. Eddie, I'm saying take 30. I take 30.
It's true.
I say take 30. Legit.
How does a
30
million max player give us the hour of discussion?
Because people just say anything. That's why. I say I'm my guy, but that's just straight, just rubbish. Like, let's just call it as it is, nonsense. Martial, 17 goals, 6 assists, 32 appearances, 1 sub appearance. That was 1920. So I don't know where we got Rashford and Martial do better off the bench. Their numbers went up. Just having a look here.
That is the key, Shay.
Having a look. So yeah, his best goal scoring season, he was not better off the bench. Myth. Flawless out there. We have a Garnacho discussion for 1 hour because people just want to join the chat and not be held accountable. No, it's the Mando went. You know what it was? Mando went to answer questions straight up. It took 4, 5, 6, 7 comments, you know what I'm saying, before we got to the answer. And you don't know me well enough. I'm gonna just keep asking the question until you answer it. What did Vega say? Call it QPM? Questions per minute? Let me just keep asking. Just because you don't like the question don't mean that I'm not gonna stop asking it. Nah, I get asked questions every single day on this platform and every other platform that I don't like. Every day. Never once. Pops would never tell you that I ducked a question. Ever. Here on Beijing Reds TV. Never. So I hold you lot to the same standard. When we in the city, we're going to answer questions. So you don't like the answer. From what I'm reading, we would have a chance to go get Belieber, but that would be it. No more money for a striker unless a loan. Where have you read this? This is news to me. It's to Beijing, what if Newcastle say no to anything you offer out for Isak? If let's say Newcastle do rebuff it, are you saying just go get another striker?
I guess it depends what you've done. You still got decisions to make on Chiesa and Nunes. So if he says no, maybe you say, okay, cool. I'll see you in 6 months. I'll be back in January. And if he says no again in January, then I'll be back again next summer. When there's 2 years left on the deal, what do you want to do? At that point, there's no extension coming, 2 years left on the deal. That's when it gets kind of, all right, maybe we take the money and run now. I don't know. But, I mean, Newcastle are well within their rights to say no. He's got 3 years left on his deal. They could say no. And we'd have to go. We don't have a choice.
Well, hey, big up Shay as well. Says big up Barbados. Shouts from Trinidad. Big up, man. Salute. Every single time. Like, we don't have business to... Yeah, big up, man. Shout out my Trinidadians. Like, we don't have business to attend to because we got to sell him and then bring in players. And all that's doing is the price of him is going down and the price of the players we want to buy is going up. So people complaining now about selling him too cheap. All right, wait till they slap an extra 20 million on whoever we try and go and buy. Flawless shooting questions better than Garnacho scoring goals. Nah, questions is mediocre. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to tell me about, he's between 35 and 45%, and he's at 32%. So that means he's below average then. By your words, he's below average. So that's not mediocre. It's below average. So that's poor. What are you doing? All right. Hey, we chat football for the super chat. Says Paul fan, first time watching, love it. Big up, man. It's not always like this, but big up. It is always this crazy. Yeah. But blessings. Make sure you subscribe to Bayern Reds TV as well, man. Make sure you do that. And run up the subscribers as well, you lot, man. Run up the subscribers. We're at 70 likes. 10 more. Get us to 80 likes. And we're only at 15,356. 4 more subscribers, people. I want to get us to 15,360. Closing out in 510. 4 more. There's over 150. Someone unsub. Probably someone hating, but here we are. But it's old Bruno had £100 million and had believed on Cobby and the pivot with a strike. Yeah, shame. But nobody wants these bad players because they're on big wages. We just have people who are just not very bright in charge. They're just not smart. And then I have people in my chat tell me about getting more. Terrible players. Flawless in terms of intimidation skills are as good as the Marinakis Forest owners. And the thing is, I even strong on you like that. I'll just get you to a point you don't like. That's it. Because I'm like, all right, cool. Because no one can
QPMs up.
No one can ever notice. No one never does that to me. There's no question I don't answer. You know why? Because everything I say has substance to it. That's why. Even if you disagree with me, if I give you an answer and you say why, I'm going to hit you with this, this, and this. No feelings. I say, I think this because of A, B, and C. So why do you think A? Well, A because of this, this, and this. Nah, this ain't any of us. Don't do that. Nah, you know what it was, Eddie? I remember still in charge, so I can put this on them. If he were in charge, maybe a new manager sells him. But if you don't want to put that on, there's plenty more to put on him, including the manager being on charge. But hey, we move. We didn't even need to take out the trash, just sell Bruno laughing my ass off. Yeah, exactly. And then we could have sold Garnacho for cheap, or quote unquote cheap, and the rest of these lot for cheap. Yeah, tomorrow ready. We on tomorrow, man. I know you, Ineos I know Omar Barada, your guy, and Ineos, your guys, and Ratcliffe and that. So we gonna talk. Because we spoke about it before. We'll talk about it again. But that's on them. They could have sold him if they wanted to. They chose not to. Yeah, but I blame everybody involved. All right, wait till Garnacho's here. And the thing is, even if we do sell him for the 40 million, who do we then go and buy? Because time's running out. The season starts in 2 weeks, people. 2 weeks are like 3 days. We got a fortnight and some change. Mm-hmm. So we have to get this magical 40 million for Garnacho or more, sell him, go address the replacement, get a good price, agree terms with that player, get a good price, and then, all right. Okay. All right. Okay. So I asking is Pups choose one. We get Isak, no left winger, or we get a left winger centre back, low profile striker.
We have to get a centre back.
No. So you missed that, yeah.
I don't see. Yeah, but I don't see. Here's my thing. I don't see us getting Isak stopping us from getting a centre back either.
That's
so it says get Isak, no left wing. It should be get Isak, no left wing, and a centre back. Because I think the centre back's a must. We sold Kwanzaa, so I don't think a centre back replacement is an option. It's just something that's been sort of pushed further back because there's a chance to get Isak. Just an opportunity to get Isak is something that has to come to the fore. Any other club would be the same thing. If you had a chance to get Isak, you go and say, all right, let's go. Let's take the guys up. Let's have a chat with Newcastle. Let's see what we can do. We have to take a shot. If you don't get him, then it's okay. Well, maybe it's Mateta and Rodrigo, as you said, or whatever sort of plan B is, as well as, all right, let's go back to Palace and get Mark Gahey or whoever the centre back is, because you need at least one, preferably two. If we get Isak and no left winger, then it's fine. I don't have an issue. If you're telling me we sold Lucho to buy Isak, I'll figure it out. Rio and Gakpo on the left. I'm good with that.
See that
up front is Isak and Ekitike can sort of go left or play up front, so he can deputize on the left as well and get minutes as well as cover for Isak for rest. And my one spot is who's going to help my man on the right, because Salah's not getting any younger, and I want to see him for 2 years. So I'm still missing that spot. Now maybe it's Frimpong, and I don't know, but we'll see. Yeah, Baleba is on low wages. He's on
no surprise. Baleba on low wages. That's his first contract at Brighton.
He's a kid though.
Bring you big money. He's like 21, right?
Yeah,
he's like 21, so it's no surprise, Billy. I didn't expect him to go there and be on like 120 in his first contract. Like,
the wages are not going to be your issue. It's the fees, the transfer fees of Brighton. That's going to be your issue, not wages.
Brighton.
He'll agree with you. He'll agree terms. Brighton is saying 80 to 100. So if you ain't backing the truck up, don't bother to come to Brighton to talk. The truck, don't bring the briefcase. No briefcase.
Bring the
truck needs to come. Bring the truck.
Because his contract runs out in 2028. True say, we would have won the league by then, so we're good. You know what I'm saying? And Ineos and Barada got this. Yeah. Ineos and we trust. All right, yo, Pops, anything you want to add before we close out?
Nah, man. Just keep Garnacho. Let's hope for the 40 million. I like that. Keep Rasmus as well. It will be good, man. Next season, we'll have a good time. Rasmus at the front, Garnacho on the left. I'll be looking for that potential to move him into mediocre. At least let's move him into mediocre, maybe, maybe we can get him into mediocre next season.
Yeah, because you can get 10 goals and some assists.
The potential.
You can potentially get 10 goals and some assists. That's what it was.
Yeah. The Argentinian international has potential. I see it. I'm with that. Let's run it back.
Hey, is anyone live, people? I don't even think anyone's live, so they just go in this. I don't think anyone is. I'm just double checking now. Run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. Probably the longest show we've ever done of the Bayern United Liverpool show. But
you've had enough, man. Yeah. You've had enough.
Just because you know why I go through this like at least once a week. This conversation pops up. At least once a week, whether it's Garnacho or it's the manager or so, it's something in regards to Manchester United, and it's this type, and it's someone telling me like, give the manager time. Garnacho, we should get 50 million for, or the lazy narrative. Oh well, they sell players for this, so we should sell him for that. Not realizing the situation, the Garnacho situation is very specific. Well, yeah, we had this last week too. What was it about, Jess? I forgot what it was about still. I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot. Nah, that one's live. Or one of the American lot would be live or something like that. Yeah. What was it last week, Jess? And Pops, let them know about Beijing Reds TV, where they can find all of you lot, what you lot got coming up over the rest of the window once the league starts back, etc.
We'll be jamming it once the league's back up, man. So we got the Community Shield coming up, as well as preview to the season, and we kick off the season too. So you'll see us very, very soon. We were actually all together having a drink recently, as Crab said in the chat earlier. I live where you vacation, so they were vacationing where I live, down by the beach with a few rum and cokes, living the good life. Plenty of crickets. The rum will be there, the music will be there too. Don't worry.
Oh yeah. Even like I say, 2027.
We'll roll out the red carpet.
Love that.
Carpet.
Love
Roll
that.
out the red carpet for you.
Like I say, 2027, 2028, one of those years, man. That's what I'm looking at. I need to get over to Barbados, man. 2027, 2028. That's it, 100%. In particular for crop over, man. I need to experience that. I need that. I already know. Yeah, I already know.
Yeah.
When you ask the dude where he ranks United across all left wingers, took us like 1 hour and a bit to get him to say like 15th, 16th. Notice that. You see a trend, you lot. 40, 50 million for a guy they think is 15th, 16th. All right. Okay. All right. But 30 million is not a good price. But anyways, people, we're going to close out. Subscribe to Bayern Reds TV. Make sure you support. Run up the likes, hit the subscribe button on there. We back live tomorrow. We got Mandem United podcast. So me and Eddie will probably be having more of the Garnacho discussion and the fan calling show as well. Talk your issue regular one. So call in. Get shit off your chest, people, as well. And update the schedule here on the YouTube anyway. But we're closing out. Big up. Love to everyone that's locked in. United Liverpool Pod, Barbados edition, live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.